Hikaru Nakamura here again. Today I'm not going to be doing a knockout necessarily, as I'm going to be competing in this Pro Chess League qualifier for the Seattle Sluggers. So the format's probably going to be a little bit different today, but still it should be quite interesting to say the least. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's supposed to start in about 5 minutes or thereabouts. So if you guys have any questions or things like that, go ahead and type in the chat. And yeah, so I'll let you guys know. If you have questions and so forth, just let me know. So, all right, everyone. So, as I was just saying, 5 more minutes. So I see that I have gone live now, so I see some people in the chat room. Again, it's about 5 minutes till it starts. I think it's supposed to be 15 rounds of blitz, 3 minutes with 2-second increment. So, so basically just waiting till the event starts in 5 minutes. I think it's just a straight Swiss, so it's basically like an extended title Tuesday, if I understand correctly. So, yeah. So let's again, if you guys have any questions, just ask me some questions since it's about 5 minutes. So, I don't see any questions yet, but again, if you do, just go ahead and ask. So I see Toshio Lemma asked a funny question. He says, okay, it's miswritten, but he basically is saying, how many Bond Clouds do you plan on playing? It's 15 rounds. I don't think I'll be playing any because this is a team event. So if this was some kind of, normal sort of event, then that would be different. Anyway, I see there was a cheer by Kitty Hiss Hiss. Little bit new to this whole Twitch partner thing, but I just got it set up today, so we'll see how it works out. Oh, and in case you guys are saying the microphone's a little bit loud, that might be because I have headphones in right now. I was planning on listening to music when I play, so I might take out the headphones. So I found generally if I have a microphone on and I'm playing at this. Or not playing, sorry, but if I have a microphone and I have headphones in, generally I tend to speak quite a bit louder than normal, so that's probably what it is more than anything. So so that might be why the sound is very slightly loud. So let me just switch back, make sure, yeah, okay, it looks like I'm in it, so it starts in 3 minutes, so all right, you guys. So looking forward to it. As I said before, it's 15 rounds. I think it's just straight blitz, 3 minutes, 2-second increment. But I think because it's a team event, it's like all 4 of your team members. So like even if I go like 15-0, for example, if the rest of my team does badly, I think that I would that wouldn't be enough for us to qualify. If I understand correctly, I think it's based on the number of points you have overall. But we'll see at any rate, so it's going to be interesting. So also, generally when I've streamed, it hasn't been during an important event, so this will be a little bit of a new thing for me. I mean, I considered streaming once during a Title Tuesday event, but then I decided not to. Toshio Lemma says, who is in your team? I'm playing for the Seattle Sluggers. I suspect on the main webpage of Chess.com there should be an actual list of the teams and the people who are competing today, but I'm not certain about that at any rate. So So we'll see. And I see Swagmaster OFC writes, hello Hikaru, first time tuning into your stream. That's great. It's good to see that there are new people coming in to watch a stream. So hopefully I perform well today. I think my last stream I went perfect. I did something like, I think I won 35 out of 35 games or something. I suspect today won't be quite like that, but we'll see at any rate. So, okay. So looks like we're 1 minute away. So yeah. So for now, I'm actually I'll speak, but I'm gonna put in some. I am gonna put in some headphones and play some music at the same time. So I'll obviously comment as well because multitasking is totally my thing these days. So yeah. All right. Or actually, probably not. Actually, I just realized I probably shouldn't play music. So if I play music on YouTube, that's going to slow down the stream and probably make me lag. And in an event like what I'm playing today, that actually be really, really disastrous. So just going to focus, I guess, on the event. Prime Shoe says Metallica. I mean, not exactly. If I'm playing something relatively serious, and actually it looks like the game has begun. So this is the first game of 15. I'm playing as Hashtags FM from Greenland. I don't know if that's actually where he's from, but I'm going to start by playing b3, bishop b2, play a bird, see what he wants to do. Now, anyone who's watched the stream before is really familiar with this position. I've had it many, many times. I think most recently I played this probably like 15 to 20 times against this FM from France when I was just beating him like game after game. He's playing this very similar setup. So black's giving up the two bishops. So I have the two bishops on the two diagonals here. And it's the same, but I do have these double F pawns as well. So he's probably going to play bishop F6, try to exchange. I'm not going to let him. Now I could play D4. I'm going to play C3, just not to make the structure too set. Basically leaving ideas of D4, C4 still available, as opposed to simply playing simply having to, if I play D4, he plays C5, and the structure is fixed. But here it's not. And here he plays E5, which I'm not a big fan of, because now the one trump he had is he gave me the two bishop pair, but I had these double F pawns. But by playing E5, now I've eliminated the double F pawns, and I'm going to play D4 now. See if he plays knight D3, I have bishop A3. So probably now I'll go knight D7. But once he goes knight D7, he can't really play C5 because then he'll be hanging this D5 pawn. So we'll probably go to G6 or D7, one of those two squares. So he goes to G6. Now I'm going to play H4. Maybe play H5, kick the knight away from this G6 square. So he plays H6. It's a slightly strange move. Now I'm going to play H5. Knight E7, I'm going to play bishop A3, pin the knight to the rook. Plays rook E8. Now I think I'm going to play bishop H3 so that his knight still has no square. So now he's got no F5 square for his knight. I control this diagonal, and I'm basically asking him how he plans to finish his development. So all his pieces are a little bit uncomfortable. So he goes knight D7. I'm going to play rook E1. Probably he'll go knight F8 here, but not sure. So sure enough, he does. Now I'm going to play knight F1, try to redirect my knight. Maybe H2 G4, E3 G4, some mix of these moves. OW Kiano says, what a sound quality. Is there something wrong with with my microphone? Anyway, he plays queen A5. Now I can go B4, B2 because he's attacking both the bishop and the pawn. I'm going to go to B4, just keep the pressure on this diagonal. I'm going to play knight E3. Oh, so the sound is weird. Okay, that's not good then. Sound is weird. Maybe not using the right microphone or something. Maybe I can turn the sound. Well, let me see. Is it better now? Maybe is the sound better? I just turned the sound down a bit. I don't know if this is better or not for you guys, but I don't know. Is it okay now or not? I mean, I turned the volume down a little bit, so I don't know. Is there static? Maybe it's the fan. I don't know. Let me see if it's better now without the fan. Obviously now I'm going to get really hot, but not sure. Anyway, rook a d8. I'm going to play knight g4, attack the bishop on f6. Goes knight h7 to protect it. Now I could take. I think I'm just going to play queen d3, develop my queen, connect the rooks here on e1 and a1. Also, maybe now if he moves bishop g5, I have f4 ideas later since the queen protects g3 potentially. He plays knight c8, which is a strange move. So maybe he wants to exchange, maybe he doesn't, I'm not really sure. Or actually, probably wants to go bishop e7. That's actually what he probably wants to do. So now I could take. I can probably play f4, maybe. Seems a little bit weird. I'd really like this bishop to be here on d3, not h3 here. So maybe, in fact, going knight g4 was slightly wrong. Now, could play queen f3. I mean, he really wants to go bishop e7, I think. So how to prevent that, I guess, is the first question. So I play rook e2, probably you can just take and play bishop e7. But I don't see anything better, so I'm going to play rook e3. So again, is it better, or are we still the same problems here with the sound? Okay, so turning off the fan did not improve it. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so he takes. I'll take with the queen. Try to control this e file. Bishop e7, as I was expecting. Now I could take. I could also play like bishop e5. I mean, she's trying to be very, very solid. I'm going to play something slightly unusual here. I think maybe bishop c5 or not. To be or not to be? Not to be, or to be or not to be? Let's see. Okay, now I could play knight e5 here. I could take. The problem is I'm going to be losing the bishop pair now, so I've kind of misplayed this very slightly. I'm going to play bishop c5. I'm going to try and make this a little bit unusual here. So maybe he'll take, maybe he won't. I'm not sure. We'll see. So he plays b6, but now he created a weakness with his pawns. And if I ever get this knight to e5, this pawn on c6 is very weak. Now I'm going to go knight e5. This still should be very slightly better for me. So let's see. Knight g5. Now, I think I can take on... Can I take... Oh, wait, no, it's check on h3. It's just check. Okay, so I'll go bishop g4. Protect the bishop. Maybe play f4. So he plays queen e8. I'm going to play rook e1. Plays knight d6. I could retreat the knight. I could play f3 also, but then he's got f5. So I'm just going to play prophylactic king g2. Put my king on a better square. Maybe keep ideas f4, f3, everything open. Now he plays f6, which I think is a bad move. Now I go knight g6. Takes. And the thing is, my pawn's still on f2, so I always have f3. So e4 is never actually going to stop anything if he puts a knight here. Plays c5. Now rook e7 looks interesting. I could take on c5. I can also play knight e7. Many different possibilities. I'm going to probably play the simplest. He's low on time, and I know for sure I'm winning a pawn here, so this seems like the safest way to go rather than going for complications where maybe black has some chances. And also, there is a 2-second increment, so it's going to be a lot harder to flag people than it would be if it was just straight 3-0. So knight f7, knight f4, keep both these e6, g6 alive, go bishop e6, pin the knight and the king, king h7. I'm going to go knight g6, take away the e5 square from his knight. Plays rook e8. Now I could take the knight. I mean, probably taking is good enough, but I don't really want, or if I play f4, I allow knight d8. So I'm just, okay, he wants to move his knight. That's for sure. So the question, or wait, actually I'm pretty low on time too here, so I got to move fast also. So I'm going to check, take. Knight e6, he'll play c4, I assume. Play b4, a4. I'm just going to try to use these outside pass pawns. And also he's got weaknesses here because of this structure, so I've also got knight f5 as well. Let's grab the pawn. Knight f5. I mean, even if he gets c3, he should be much slower than me. I'm going to play b6. b7. She wasn't expecting him to play quite like this. Although I've kind of made this very messy. Wait, can't I queen? Play h7? Or somehow I've really misplayed this. Do I want to take? I kind of have to, don't have a choice. Goes knight h7. Play knight e6, kind of try to box his knight. Now king e7. f5 takes as a draw. So go back to f4. Okay, let's see. So now actually again, I have plenty of time. So I'm going to play knight d5. Okay, how to win this? Let's see. Knight d6 maybe. I've got check and knight f6. Yeah, now I've got check and knight takes f6. Now this is just winning. So why did I play? I never should have put this knight on g4 here. That was really pretty stupid. Play e5 and g4. Yeah, this has to be winning though. Could have played knight d5 also, but king c. Man, this is still tricky somehow. It's still not easy. Knight e6, king d5. Knight c7, king c6, and yeah, now I'm just going to win because the pawn's going to be too advanced. e6. And yeah, now it's just over because you can't stop the pawn. I'm just going to go g5, and yeah, okay, that's the end of the game, so that's one down. So, quality of the stream is fine. It's fine on your end. Okay, so I see you guys are saying it's good. Thanks, Kirkwood just subscribed. So thank you for subscribing to my stream. So okay, yeah, if everything's good, let me know. If not, let me know as well. Now my endgame technique there was pretty terrible. I'm not gonna lie about that. That was just terrible. But when you say move the microphone, I mean closer or further away? I'm a little confused. I'll move it a little further away. Now I don't know. Maybe it's better now, or maybe it's not. I don't know. I mean, it could just be. I mean, there's a slight sound coming from my computer as well. So I'll move the microphone further away. So this is about as far as I'm going to move it. So, okay. Hopefully this is better. I don't know. I don't know if this is good or not. I mean, keep moving it. I don't think I need a better microphone. I'm using the Samson Professional one. I'm not using just a random microphone. So I'm not sure. I mean, I can keep playing around with it, see what happens and so forth. But so anyway, yeah. All right. So. Okay, so that's one down. Okay, so that's one. So Kitty Hiss says, "Can you play Eric?" This event I'm playing right now is a tournament event. But I can definitely try to play him afterwards. If he's around, I'm not sure. But we'll see. So. Anyway, so that's one down. Now I'm hearing from the team manager that I guess we scored 3 out of 4 in the first round, so pretty good start for my team. But again, 15 rounds is a lot of rounds, so we'll see. So anyway, I see Eric is hiding in the chat here instead of being on the site playing right now, I think. But I'm sure I'll get the chance to play him after the event. That is assuming. I mean, I don't know. This is 15 rounds of 3-2, so this event might take like 4 hours. Like this, I'm not expecting this to be a short event. I see some other questions. Leonard00 wrote, what did you think of that Karyak and Nepo match? I didn't watch much. I watched all of about 10 minutes actually. I mean, I basically tuned in very briefly for the I tuned in for five or 10 minutes very briefly during the 3-minute portion. I saw that Sergey he had won 9-2 in the 5 minutes, so I didn't really see the point to hanging around and watching because I figured he was going to win the match easily, and I think he did. I don't actually know the end result, but I'm presuming he won. So yeah. Anyway, again, I see Kitty Kiss says, can you please flag Eric? What's it say? Can you please flag Eric with the Bond Cloud or F3 King F2 when you play him? Did I game start? It did. Oh, whoops. D4. Okay, whoops. Okay, I better start moving. I didn't notice the game started. Sorry about that, everybody. Anyway. Okay, Queen E2. I'll play D5. Now I've had this position many, many times, as most of you know as well. Knight F3, Knight F6, probably E5, Knight D7, or Knight BD2, C5. E5, Knight D7, C3, Queen C8. Gonna go Bishop A6 next move, try to exchange everything on the light squares. Castles, Bishop A6, probably takes. Likely we're going to exchange all the pieces here on the light squares. C4 is possible in Knight C6, so he plays Knight G5, but here I think in this position is slightly dubious. Okay, I'm going to take. I'm going to play Bishop E7. I mean, I could have played Bishop E7 right away as well. Actually, maybe it's just a transposition. Now he plays F4. That's an interesting move. That's not what I was expecting. So I'm going to take, try to open it up right away. I could play H6. Maybe he's going to take on E6, maybe not. Queen A6 makes sense. Yeah, I'm just going to play Queen A6, try to exchange. He's obviously going to move the queen away to like G3. I'm going to play Knight C6. Attack pawn here on D4, so he goes Knight F3. Now I could play H6, I suppose, but I'm just going to play G6, be solid, and because I always have H6 looming here, if I need it. So, if I need it, that is. So he plays Bishop E3. Now what to do? Do I want to take on G5? Do I want to retreat my bishop? That's a little bit extravagant, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to play Bishop F8. Queen H3. Okay, so he really wants to take. I'm going to go Knight D8. Protect everything here. He plays G4. Wow, he's very aggressive. Now if I play H6, he wants to go F5, I assume. So F5, Bishop G7, F6, H6, F5, takes. Queen D3, interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to play H6. I'm going to see what he does, because he's going to go F5 here. I'm going to take once, or do I want to play Queen D3 first? That's also an option too. So Queen D3, I think I'm going to play Queen D3 first. Because now I'm attacking this pawn with both my pawns and my queen. So Rook E1, now I'm going to take, and when he takes, I'm just going to play Queen F5 or Rook G8 maybe. Rook G8 actually looks pretty convincing. Isn't this just a free piece? Takes. I don't see it. So I'm just going to play Rook G8. I'm going to take. I don't see it. I think I'm just winning here. I think I'm just up a piece and completely winning, but again, in these sorts of positions, you have to be very careful because there could be an instant tactic. So he takes. Now I can just take the bishop if I want. I don't have to, but it feels like the most practical thing to do just to get rid of any of the pressure. And I mean, I have two pieces for the rook, and I'm only down one pawn here, and his structure is not perfect. I mean, I can undermine this D4 pawn very easily here. Plays Rook C1. Now I can play like knight c6 or rook c4. I think I'll just play rook c4, force him to exchange. Yeah, actually, I didn't need to take the bishop on g5. I could have just played queen takes f5, and it was just game over. I mean, this was probably pretty unnecessary to allow, but this still should be winning. Wow, b3. Okay, so clearly he thinks he's just completely busted. So, I mean, otherwise there's no reason to try and just, he's desperate to keep rooks on the board and try to get rook c8. Now here I can take with the pawn. I can take with the knight also. In fact, taking with the knight looks really, really good, I think. If I just take with the knight, check king e7, and he's got no squares, no knight squares. So rook c8, king e7, rook a8. I'm just going to play like bishop g7, I think. Yeah, I just pick up this pawn on e5. I mean, he wins a pawn on a7, but I pick this up, and now everything's very compact here. All my pieces are really well placed. And I also maybe have rook d2 at some point as well. King g2. I'm just going to play f6, protect everything, solidify basically everything here in the center. Now I could play rook d2, rook f2. I don't really want to... What's the easiest way to finish this off? And again, because I chucked a ton of time at the start, I'm going to have to play really fast here anyway. So I'll pick up the h2 pawn, bring the bishop back. And in fact, actually on top of two pieces, I also just have an extra pawn now. He's got two pawns, I have three, so this is looking pretty good. Now knight h4, I'm going to check him. Knight d4 check. Going to play king e6, maybe get knight e5 check next move if I can. If b4, I play knight e5 check. If king c3, I've got knight b5 with a fork. With king e3, I can just move the knight. I can go c6, I can go to f5. Which one's best? I'm just going to go to c2, pick up the b4 pawn. Play d4, knight f4, king f5. And this is just going to be winning. Knight d5, protect everything. King e4. Check. Now here comes the d pawn as well. It's got no check, so I can just play d3 and knight e3 and d2, and it's just game over. So, all right, so that's 2 for 2. So pretty good start. Yeah, you know, going back to that game though, I mean that probably was not quite right. I mean, I shouldn't have played it like that. I mean, like if I go back to like move whatever it was. I mean, it probably, yeah, in this position after bishop g5, just queen takes f5, and probably he can just resign on the spot. So taking on g5 was not the best way. So I just play queen f5. I mean, it's just over completely. So again, not perfect technique, but so what? 2 for 2. So on to the third round. So, Bob Betty just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Okay, good to see. Again, I'm pretty new to this Twitch partnership thing, so I'm going to see a lot of these alerts that I'm not super familiar with what they mean. So, yeah, I mean Queen f5 was just a very simple way to finish it. But anyway, so far so good. 2 for 2. I don't really know. I mean, it's hard to judge. Like, I think this is just an open tournament, though. So, I mean, I'm wondering if, in theory, I could play someone else who's on my team. I mean, I don't know if that's possible or not. I'm not sure if that's possible or not, but I assume it is, because my understanding is this is just a straight open event. I mean, I don't know for sure if that's correct, but yeah, so okay, so I see Greg writes, yeah, you can't play someone else on your team. So yeah, so I guess like, I mean, I guess probably that's a good thing if it's later. If it's early, that's probably a terrible thing. But if it's like round 10 or something and you play someone on your team, that's probably a good thing. Because it means they're doing well. I mean, I should be doing well, generally. So that probably means most likely they're doing well also. So that would be good. So, and DEC writes, arranged draws like a true Soviet. That won't be happening. Actually, I think one of my team members, I think is this Georgian guy, Mergalashvili. And actually, I think I beat him like 10-0 or 15-0 a few days ago. So even though he's on my team, I mean, obviously I'm going to be out to beat him. So if we play, obviously in the matches it's completely different as well. So it'll be different, completely different. So okay, so it's 4:25 already. So that means 2 rounds in 25 minutes. So yeah, this is going to be a long event. Actually, maybe I should have like gotten some Red Bull or something for this event, because it's not going to be short. This is probably going to be like 4.5 hours, I'm guessing. So. And Uday, also adding to the joke, says, Uday444 writes, wouldn't you like to save energy by drawing? I heard a sound, so this time, okay, so I'm playing XY Soul 6 from China. So this guy's obviously this guy's obviously very likely to be underrated. Most of the Chinese players who I've seen who are not, the top guys, they all are pretty good players. They're definitely not underrated. I can say that. So takes, I'll take. Take. He's probably gonna play Queen F6, try to play something like this. So I'll play C3, try to just play chess basically. Takes, I'll take. Now I've got a slightly better pawn structure, so it's a good start. It's gonna be some kind of slow end game. D5, I'll play F3, play for E4 maybe, depending on what his next move is, I'm not sure. So he plays C6. I could play E4 right away. I think I will. I don't see a good reason not to. I'll take. Play E5. Knight H5, interesting. That was not what I was expecting. So, okay, so here, what are my advantages? My advantages are I've got these dark squares potentially. Bishop C4 looks like a good move. Just put the bishop on the diagonal, stop F6. Also, maybe, I castle long or I castle short, but basically I think I really need to try and use these squares here in the center as much as I can. Now, he could play bishop E6, but if he does, I'll just castle. I think I'll castle short, probably. I could go long, too. It's just I think it's a preference thing. So I'm gonna castle short. Because also here now his knight has no F4 square as well, so rook A D8, I'll play rook A D1. Because if he takes and I take, okay, but now he goes knight G7. Aha, so he's quicker than me to F5. Okay, so this is a slight issue. So knight E4, knight F5, if I take and play rook F4, I'm holding, so I play knight E4, knight F5, takes, rook F4, B6 or something. Not quite what I want, but not bad. Could just play rook F. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna play knight E4. Now if he plays knight F5, I'll exchange and play rook F4. Maybe, or maybe not. Actually, wait. If I take rook F4, knight D4, takes, rook F4, knight D4, knight F6, rook F6. That's a mistake. Okay. Okay, so I guess I have to play rook F4 first then. I'll play rook F4 first so that I still have knight F6 check. Now, if he plays knight E3, I still have rook C1, and I'm always keeping this knight F6 trick in my back pocket. And as well, not only knight F6, but maybe also knight C5. I have a couple different ideas here, so yeah, so we'll see. So we'll see what he wants to do here. So now he's going into the tank, trying to figure it out. And actually, to answer an earlier question, someone said, do I think I'll go 15-0? And I would say the answer is no, because there's several people in this event who are quite good. I saw Daniel was playing, for example. There's someone else really high ranked as well. So King G7, now that looks like a mistake, because now I think I can take on E6. He takes, and now I go knight C5. Now I'm hitting B7 and E6 at the same time. Although it's still not trivial, because his knight is, it's a matter of tempes. Like, this knight attacks d4, so this knight is very well placed. But at the same time, if I can get my knight to d6, then I'm doing very well too. So I'm gonna grab the pawn. Looks like the right move. Rook d5. Now I'm gonna go g4, I think, because now I want to get my knight to d6. So like if I can kick his knight out, get my knight to d6, then I'm just winning. Whereas he really needs this knight to stay anchored here on f5. And once it comes off of f5, if he gives me d6, then the d4 pawn is no longer weak, and he's just down a whole pawn for pretty much nothing. If he goes knight e3, then okay, so he goes g5. So I could take potentially with, or no. If I play rook f5 takes 6, then e5 hangs because he has a pin here on d1. Saying about rook f5, ef, gf, but then rook e5, so I can't do that. So he plays g5, so I think I just play rook e4, although then he has rook b8 maybe. That must be his idea. So let's see, do I have any other ideas here? If I take with the pawn, he just takes my rook. I think I kind of have to go rook e4, unfortunately. And then he goes rook b8. Rook b8, knight c5, knight d4. Rook d4, rook c5, rook d7. Okay, this is going to be some kind of endgame, I think. Not really sure what the actual evaluation is, but it's gonna. But I'm definitely on the right side of it. So there's little to no risk. Okay, but he goes knight h4, which is probably wrong because now, let's see. So now he wants to go to f3 maybe. Now, if I go knight d6, he goes rook f8. So I'm going to go rook e3, I think. Rook e3, so I cut the f3 square off from his knight, and I keep both c5 and d6 available for my knight as well. Because like if he plays rook b8 here, then I'm going to go knight c5 and hit the e6 pawn. So this is pretty advanced stuff that I'm talking about, so I'm having to speak pretty quickly just because obviously the game's ongoing, so I can't like... Okay, so he plays h5, so he wants to create the f5 square for his knight. Now I could play h3, then he wants to take and go rook f8 again probably, but okay, I'll play h3, he'll take, I'll take. Again, this knight, I'm controlling this f5 square, which is very, very important here, because it's basically the two knights. And I've got the extra pawn, but he goes knight g6 correctly, I think. And now the question is how to proceed. I'm going to play knight c5, I think. Yeah, knight c5. Now knight f4. Now I have to start figuring out how I'm going to take advantage. So I think I'm going to play... Okay, if I play b4, he has rook d8, but... Okay, I'm going to play b4 here. Just start to expand a little bit, try to... Okay, so he goes king g6. What does king g6 do? I don't see the point of that move. It gets off the... I'll just play knight b3, protect the pawn here. So he wants to go rook h4, so I'll play rook d2. Rook h4, rook g3, and now the rook covers this e2 square, very importantly. Rook d8. But now I can't go rook h2, so this is a problem. Let's see, okay. I go king f2, rook h8, king e3, tricky. I'm going to go king f1 so that I still have rook g1. Rook h8. Let's see, okay, now I have to be very careful here. So I'm going to play rook g1. Rook h2, I'm going to go king e1. h3, king d1. To start swinging my king over. Now I could take with the knight. I'll take with the king. King e3. He'll take probably. Oh, but now actually that's a mistake. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, let's see. Okay, knight a5 maybe. Yeah, I've kind of misplayed this rather badly, but I'm still in the game. Oh boy, this is bad. Okay, time to move fast. Now it's blitz mode. He hung that pawn, so I mean now it's just a draw probably, but I still probably should try and play on. I mean, yeah, I've kind of misplayed this, but such is life. Free pawn. Oh, but now I get king e2 check. Now it's gonna be rook and now I'm gonna get a rook against a knight and pawn, and this game's gonna go on forever basically. Because I'm gonna try to get it to rook versus knight. I don't know if I'll be successful. But probably I won't be successful, but I'm still gonna try. Okay, king f2, maybe I can do something, but I mean it's very unlikely that I can do anything. Knight d6, wait, but now I go king f4. Now it's... Wait a second, now it's getting a little bit weird. But still, I can't do anything here, unfortunately. So, okay, so now I'm gonna have to go to... It's gonna be like rook versus knight. Yeah, somehow I couldn't quite trick him, but unfortunately that's life. And actually, I misplayed it earlier as well, so wasn't any reason, you know. So let's see, when was the last capture? Last capture was move... When was the last capture? It was 81, so... Okay, so it was move 81, so basically 131. And I have no illusions about winning this, but I'm gonna make him play on as long as I can. Because that's what you probably should do in team events anyway, so... So yeah, that's last little trick that there was there. Now, did he claim the draw, or was that a draw automatically by the server, though? I'm going to assume that was... Did he click the draw, or was that the server? I don't know. Since was that actually 50, or was that more than 50? That was more than 50. Okay, so... Anyway... Wasn't sure about the rules in this event either, because in the normal games I think you have to claim it. I think, but also actually over the board even it's not completely clear what the rules are too. I think it's something like 50 minutes or 70. Is it 50 moves or 75? I'm not sure what the exact rules are, but anyway. Anyway, next game. XXY Sol 6. And it doesn't say a name for who this is, so Actually, I thought for this event you kind of had to actually list your name officially, but maybe not. But anyway. Next. Okay, so I actually was expecting the next round to start right away since I played such a long game. Guess are there other games still going? Must be. So, anyway. Anyway, so far so good. So 3 games, 2.5. I'm guessing my goal is something like, I want to say 13.5 is my goal. Probably 3 draws and something like 12 wins. Something like that. That's probably the my personal goal for this event, or 13, somewhere in that range, but around there. Okay, so now I'm playing another Chinese guy. Okay, so I'm playing all the Chinese today. I got 3. I'll just play solid for the moment, see what he wants to do. I was expecting bishop d2, and I just immediately put the bishop back on e7. That was not very good. So I basically wasted a tempo, but his knight's still on d2. I mean, probably obviously this isn't perfect, but this still might be relatively okay for me. I mean, it's obviously I wasted a tempo, but I'm not sure that white's better, obviously, but I don't know how much better white can be here. So queen c2, c5, rook d1, I'll play rook c8. Plays rook c1. I'm going to play queen c7 here, try to bring my queen back to like b8, a8, I guess. That's probably my idea here. And even though I've lost the tempo, I do suspect that I'm relatively okay. I mean, here, basically the lost tempo is that my rook's on f8, not d8, for example. Like, if you look at the position, we're more or less symmetrical. At least this whole, like, d file's on is symmetrical. So, play queen b8. We're both just getting our queen off the C line here. So cd5. Now I can take with the knight. I can also take with the bishop. I'm not going to take with the pawn. Do I want to take with the knight or not is really the only question. If I take with the bishop, he goes e4 anyway. So yeah, so I'm going to take with the knight. Knight e4, interesting. Okay, so now I can play h6. I can just bring the knight back to f6 to be solid. Rook f d8, knight g5, knight f8. That looks okay. Takes, but if he plays dc5, knight c5, knight g5, might be some issues. So h6 looks practical. Knight f6 looks like the most logical move to play here. But again, I'm not sure what the situation is. So let me see. Like, what is the match? So 7 out of 12. So actually, the team's not doing great. So here, probably I'm going to try to play slightly unusual. Try to keep the game very imbalanced if I can. So, okay, so I'm going to take on d4. Keep as many pieces on the board as well. Yeah, 7 out of 12. That means the rest of my team did. I think we were at. I don't know what we were at actually after 8 games, so maybe not. But 7 out of 12, dropping five games probably is not great. So I'm gonna play queen a8, put the queen on this long diagonal. I just gave him knight b5, so now I'm going to go back to b8, cover the d6 square, and basically say, what are you doing? So this has not been an optimal game. I mean, I've thrown away like 2 tempi already here, so it's not been fantastic. But here, queen a1, a6 takes ab5. He's going to have to move his knight back. So I'm going to kick the knight from b5 first, and then knight c3, I'm just going to play knight f6. Or I can take as one. Takes, bishop c3, bishop a3, rook d7. Doesn't look ideal. Knight f6, no rook d7. So yeah, I'm just going to play knight f6. So he plays queen b1. So now it's like I'm trying to keep the game interesting. He's trying to, I think, just be as solid as he possibly can here. So it's going to be pretty hard here to do anything. But of course, he also now just wasted tempo because he went queen a1, queen b1 back. So he gave me one of those 2 or 3 tempi that I already gave him for no reason. So position's pretty balanced, I will say that. Overall, it's very balanced. And I could play bishop f6, then knight e. If I take knight e4, bishop b2, rook c8, knight d6. I mean, knight f6 is a way to be just very super solid. I'm just going to play knight f6. The position's too, there isn't enough of a, position is too balanced here, so it's hard to play moves that are not the absolute best moves while keeping some chances alive without just ending up much worse. So okay, I could have traded and probably just made a draw on the spot, but again, with the team at 7 out of 12, I feel like probably here I'm going to have to do some stuff. So queen a1, I could play bishop f8, I could play f6, I don't like f6. I'm just going to play bishop f8, I think. Yeah, I'll just play bishop f8. Bishop e5, okay, now I can take on c1, I can play queen a8. I think I will just take on a8. Take and play queen a8. So again, the position's very solid here for both sides, but now queen b1, I can play bishop a3, b5 doesn't look quite right, knight e7, bishop c7, rook c8, takes, f3, bishop h3, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to try to play something messy here, although here he has knight g5 maybe, which could be a slight issue maybe, although he doesn't do it, so he goes bishop f3, I can play knight c6, I can play b5, there are many different possibilities, but he goes, okay, so I'm just going to play rook d7, get out of any bishop c7 tricks here. If knight g5, now I'll hit him with knight g6, attacking his bishop. Probably he'll trade the bishops on b7 and then move his bishop back. Still very equal, hard to do anything, but I mean, maybe I can create something here. So I don't really want to take, so I'm going to go bishop d5, I think, here. Now, if he takes, I might take with the pawn. I wouldn't say that it's guaranteed, but it's possible. Now, if I play queen d8, he takes. It's still very hard to do anything here. So, yeah, it's probably all I have to do. Probably the only thing I can do here is make a draw. I mean, position's too simplified, really, for anything else. Queen c2, I'll just play h6, create a square for my king. Probably try and bring the knight back somehow. I'll play knight e7 here. Not much that I can really do if he's, I mean, trying to be super solid, so it's just how it goes sometimes. King f1, I'll play knight e4. I mean, maybe I can get a little something here, I don't know. It's very unlikely, I would say, but maybe. I mean, g5, e3. I could play b5 or f5. Actually, g4 is no good because then he gets knight e5. So I think I'll play f6 and king e2, probably g4, something like that. h3, I'll play h5, probably g4. Play like e5, and I mean, this is obviously very, very drawish. Knight d6. Now I've got e4. b4 doesn't trap my bishop. So okay, now I'm getting something here maybe. So I'm going to get a bishop against a knight, probably. I'm going to play king e6. Plays e4. Interesting. Okay, so again, probably this is just a draw, but I'm going to keep trying because, again, it's a team thing. Actually, what was knight b5? It's a bad move. Okay, so I'm going to have to exchange. I mean, I'm going to get a knight to d4, but even if I get a knight to d4, this is still, still just a draw. Yeah, basically just a simple draw. F5? Nah, F5 doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe that game I should have tried something more unorthodox. It's hard though in these matches. It's hard to know whether it's what the right strategy is. Whether it's better to be solid, play to win every single game. But it's tricky at times to figure out what the right strategy is. So. Anyway, that game there wasn't much I could do. The guy was just extremely solid from the start. Just a very, very dry opening, very dry position in general. So, anyway, still, as I said, my goal is 13.5 or 13. So, or was it 13? Yeah, I was basically I'm basically figuring that I'm going to drop 1.5 or 2 points. Hopefully, only in draws. So again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Proximus is king f7 instead of king d6. If I went king f7, he had knight a6 attacking the pawn on c5. And maybe I still could draw, but I mean, like if I go to f7, then he has knight a6 and c5 is weak. I mean, basically I have these two weak pawns here that really basically prevent me from doing anything. So it looks like, okay, so the team has 9 out of 16. So again, it's not looking so great, at least so far. 7 out of 12, 9 out of 16. So that means basically we got 2 points. I don't know. Again, it's hard to judge. I mean, like I'm not watching the other games, so I can't really judge what's going on. But I figure basically I just have to win games. So I heard the board sound. So okay, let's see. So I'm playing B Clark. So I'll play the same thing. I'll just change it up slightly. I won't play the same setup. Although if he's gonna play E5, okay, so this. So takes, knight C6 probably. Queen D2. Bishop E7 or G6, both are playable here. Knight E4 is also possible. Okay, so he goes G6, so I'll play C4, Knight C3, Knight F3, Bishop E2 next, and castles, all pretty standard. Bishop D3 was also maybe possible, but I prefer keeping the light square bishops on. Okay, knight e4, I'll take. Actually, I should be careful not to do what I did last game, because in this game it would lead to a direct loss. So I'm going to castle here. I didn't take on g7 because I don't want to give him this f6 square for his king, where it's like, if he gets king on g7, he can just play queen f6. So that's why here I just castle, and I'm leaving the bishops on b2 and g7, because I want him to take on b2. Okay, so rook b8. I don't know what rook b8 does, so I'll just keep... Now the question is rooks on c1 and d1 or d1 and e1. I'm going to go for c1 and d1 with the rooks. Just because I figure he played rook b8, so he probably wants to play for b5 at some point. Okay, so now he takes, I'll take. Okay, so he takes, I'll play knight e5, I'll play bishop e2, just protecting the d3 square. Queen f6, I'm going to go queen d4, attack the pawn here on a7. b6, I'll play rook ft1. King g7, I'm just going to retreat my queen, probably play e4, rook c3, or f4, e4, b4. Several different ideas here, but they all seem reasonable. So I'm going to play e4 now. Try to get some lift with my c rook. Maybe rook c3, rook h3, or rook c3, e3. g5, interesting. But now I think I can just go rook g3 and f4 because of the pin on the king here. Or h4 too. h4 or f4 is really the question here. F4 looks really interesting. F4 knight g6 takes rook f1. Yeah, this has to be good. So he's going to go knight g6 here. I'm going to take. He's going to take. I'm going to go rook f1. It feels like this king here is too loose now. With both these rooks on the f file and the g file, it feels like there's got to be a tactical shot somewhere in here. So he's probably going to go queen e5. Yeah, he does. Now, I can play bishop d3, maybe, f6, but then he gets f6, so probably I have to go for something immediately. So I think I'm just going to take. It's going to take on e4. Bishop d3, queen e3 is not what I want. Bishop h5, queen e3, again, not quite what I want. Go rook f5. Rook f5, rook e7, queen c3, maybe. This looks more along the lines of what I want, but I'm still not sure if that's the best that I have here. So if I go queen c3, he's going rook e5. He's going rook e5 no matter what. So I can't check him. So if I move the bishop, he's going to exchange queens, which I really don't want. Rook f5 is the only other possibility. Rook f5, queen e2, rook f7, king g8, queen d5. Doesn't look quite right. So, or I can play rook f2 also. Rook f2, queen e3, queen d5 maybe. That actually looks better. That looks better because now I protect the bishop. I keep queens on the board too. So on queen e3, queen d5, I'm hitting f7. So this rook f2 looks like the right move here. So rook e5. I'm gonna go rook g3, he'll probably play rook e8. I'm just going to go bishop f1 or rook f3. Maybe rook f3 first. Yeah, rook f3 first. Attack this pawn here on f7. Now bishop f1, just get the defense set up. Because, black's king is so much weaker than white's king. And with the rooks on these f2, f3 squares, there's never really any danger here. So maybe he'll play queen e1 or queen b1. The good thing here is black does not have much counterplay. Like all his pawns are fixed here. He can't really move his knight. So really the only counterplay he has is along the e file here. So he plays queen g4. Now I could go rook h3 and try to checkmate him down the h file, possibly. But I'm not crazy about it. So I'm just going to go rook g3. Again, put the rook on the g file so you can't remove the knight. So he goes back to e4. Now I'm going to go queen c3. Ooh, c5. Now that's an ugly move. Now I'm going to go rook d3. Because now I created this backward pawn. Now his pawns are really, really ugly. Rook e6. I'm just going to go queen d2. Put more pressure on d6. If he goes queen e1, I'll just munch the pawn on d6 here. So rook f5. Okay, so he wants to try and exchange all the rooks. Now I could go rook e2. I could also just take, and I mean I'm just up a pawn, right? But maybe he has some drawing chances. Then he's going to go queen f6. If I play rook e2, he's going queen f4, right? Okay, so do I really have a choice here or not is the other question. I don't think I do. So, okay, so I'm just going to take and I'm just going to grab the material. Probably he'll trade the rooks. Maybe not, but probably. Now, I assume he's going to go queen f6, and then I have a big choice if I want to go for an endgame or not. But he plays knight e5, so he wants to go knight g4, so I'm just going to play h3, prevent it. I could also just bring my queen back to like d2, which I think is what I'm going to do. Just bring the queen back, don't worry about these pawns over here, and then now I can just play h3, just cut off the g4 square. Goes f5. Now, I feel like I should... Now I'm going to play bishop e2, king f2. Now, king h6, I think I have g3. Yeah, it looks like I've got g3 here. Knight g6. Play bishop f3. Queen e5. Now h4, king g7. I don't really want to play g4 here, though. But if I take, it doesn't work. So, let's see. Okay, so if I take, he's just going to play knight f4. So what to do, what to do? I think I'll play it anyway. h4. Now I can check or I can take. I'm just going to take. If I play queen e3, he's got knight h3. So I've got to be a little bit careful here. So play bishop g4. Actually, I should probably just start blitzing him. I'm being very slow for some reason today. Which has not been a good thing. Check. Now h5 maybe. Knight h4. Queen g5 maybe. I don't know if this works. There might be a perpetual here though. But now I can block. Okay. King f7, h5. Knight e7, h6. Queen f5. And this should just be winning because now I can use the now I can just bring my king in. King can just come all the way up here. So king e4, king d5, king c6, and it's just over. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's So that's another one down. So I guess actually I can also see the standings as well. Probably, I assume, or not. No, it doesn't. Is there? Or actually, yeah, I can't. Or no, I can't. I can only just see. No, it just looks like okay, so I can't actually see the standings here. So basically, I just have to play my game and then hear from the manager as far as what the overall scores are. So, okay, so we scored 3.5 out of 4, so that means we're at 12.5 out of 20, which should mean we're somewhere near the top. I'm going to take a guess. So, okay, so yeah, so what do I have? I have 3 out of 4, I think, 3 wins, 2 draws. So pretty decent result. Not great, not terrible. Obviously, with the super high rating, any kind of non-perfect result's going to lead to losing a bunch of points, but that's not really a big deal. So, okay, so let's see. So I assume the next round is probably going to start soon, is my guess, but not sure. I am periodically paying attention to the chat, obviously, just not during the games. I think I actually am talking probably a little bit too much as well, because a couple of these games I should have been able to press them and have won much easier than I did. So hasn't been great so far, but still 3 out of 4, pretty decent result. Obviously team result is much more important. So, okay, so far so good. So did I hear the board? Yeah, I did hear the board. Okay, so now I'm playing Danya. So now it's a tough spot, because now I don't know what I'm supposed to do, whether I'm supposed to try and beat him or not beat him. But okay, he's going to play B3. Okay, he's going to play B3, then I'm going to take a shot. I was expecting Danya to play something more normal, but he's going to try and play my opening against me. So this is going to be interesting. So C4, I'll play bishop G7. Castles, probably bishop E2 or D3, maybe D4. All possible. Play E4, I play knight C6. There are many possibilities. I'm just going to play E4. I'll play knight C6, offer him an exchange of the knights. D3, as expected, I'll take. Takes. Play D5, I can play C5. I'm going to play C5 here. Again, just trying to develop the bishop on this long diagonal. So let's see how he's going to continue. So he plays queen c2. So I can play knight g4. He's going to go knight d5. Play rook e8. But I like knight g4 and putting the knight on e5 here. I mean, I expect him to play knight d5, but I'm not. He could play h3, I suppose. But h3, knight e5, bishop e2, queen g5. It's not really clear for either side. So he does play h3. Now, if I play queen h4, it's probably just a draw. So I'm going to go knight e5. Bishop e4. Now, do I want to play c6 or not? That's question number one. If I play c6, he's going to play queen d2. And then if I play queen e7, f4, knight e7. Why not? Let's see it. So queen d2, I'm going to play queen e7. Plays f4 first. Interesting. It's knight d7, d1. Play queen e7 to hit the bishop here on e4. Rook f1. Play rook a d8. Bishop f3. Rook f8. Now basically you can play e4 or not play e4. That's really the question here. So he plays queen f2. So he really wants to play e4, but he doesn't want to do it right away. So I mean, he's trying to say he's going to play e4 next move. So I think I'm just going to play knight f8. So now I protect this, get the knight off the d file. Now if he goes e4, I have e6, d4. Knight e4. I could take. I could also just play d5. d5 takes, and f6. Knight c3, d4. ed4 takes, rook e7. Okay, this is interesting. So I can play f6 if I want to. f5 is also maybe a move, actually. But I don't know if I really want to play f5 here. So let's see. So knight e4, d5 takes. de4 is a move. No, that's not a good move. Takes, f5. So now I'm trying to just come up with the right idea here. f5 takes e4. I think I'm going to go for it here. I'm going to play f5. So he plays knight c3. Okay, interesting. Knight e6. Knight a4. Okay, so we're kind of just dancing here a little bit. Bishop f6, give him the exchange he wants. I mean, this is still very equal, probably. I mean, again, it's going to be hard to do anything here. But he plays queen d2, which is interesting. Now I think I'm just going to take. I'm going to play d5. I'm going to ask him what he's doing here. Queen e5 is maybe a move. So he plays rook c1, so I can play d4 if I want. I mean, again, it's going to be very hard to win this because the position is just so dry. That's the problem. It's very hard to create play if your opponent's trying to play very, very safe. So probably he's going to take, I assume. Takes and rook e5, I have rook d2, right? So he plays rook e2. So now I can play like check and queen b4 maybe, or just queen b4 right away. I think queen b4 right away makes sense. Now, if rook c4, do I have queen d2 maybe? Wow, that'd be amazing if I do. And I think I do. I hope I'm not blundering something here, but I think I do have this move. I mean, rook c2 is possible. Can't I just take the rook here? Rook c7, queen f2, and rook d1. Game over. Yeah. Yeah, so queen f6 was not... I mean, he could have played rook c2, but I mean, already it was a little bit on the wrong side here. Like, right around here after queen d2, he could have gone rook c2, then I go queen d1, queen f1, queen d1, king h2, queen f1, with the idea of rook d1. So it's tricky. So, okay, so that was an important win. So I'm going to run to the restroom quickly. I'll be back in a second, you guys. Hopefully the game doesn't start in the next like 30 seconds, but I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, everyone. So, all right. So it doesn't look like the game started. So, yeah. So I guess okay. So now I'm on. I guess 5 out of 6. So 2 draws, 4 wins. That was an important win because Daniel's pretty strong. I mean, of the guys in this event who I would put right up there, he's him and I think the Yu Yang Yi, the China Panda or I don't know what his name is on Chess.com, but both of them are probably the 2 guys who I would say are the most dangerous players. So that was an important win. So okay, so 5 out of 6, but we're still not even halfway through this event yet, so it's going to be a long event. So I see Alan and Chess writes they're dangerous, yet they get wrecked by Hikaru time after time. I mean, yeah, and technically that's correct, but when I say dangerous, I mean they're guys that I could lose to. Is more what I'm saying. Is that if I make like a blunder or a slight mistake, that I could very easily lose to those guys, and so even if in general I'm going to beat them the vast majority of the time, especially in an event like this today, where like it's very important not to drop points. It's obviously that's why I say they're very dangerous, because especially in an event like today, they're not the guys you want to play, because then you can end up in a lot of trouble, and losing a game is pretty disastrous. I think, I mean, for me at least in this event, when the team, I think they really need me to put up a big score to have a shot to qualify. So yeah, so all right, so I guess actually maybe I can see the games. Can I see the games here so I can see? No, so it doesn't look like I can actually see. I was trying to figure out the setup here as like Title Tuesday, but it doesn't look like I can actually see the games going or any of that stuff. So yeah, so I mean I'm just gonna keep sitting here chilling, watching your comments come through. I see a few questions here and there, like George Boas says, so what's your favorite food? Yeah, I think it depends. It's a big mix. If we're talking in general, I mean, I would say for sure Japanese is obviously my favorite. Big fan of sushi, sashimi, but just the whole raw fish thing. I also like ramen quite a bit, even though that's ramen and udon, the noodles, is starting to get a little bit off the healthy side into the unhealthy stuff, but I still like all of that. I also like Italian, obviously. Big fan of pasta. A lot of different sauces that I'm a big fan of as well. I mean, like probably my favorite for the most part is stuff like carbonara, for example, or like a nice puttanesca sauce. Tend to lean more toward, those are probably my favorite ones, of the more like Northern Italian, more Americanized stuff. I mean, obviously there's very generic stuff like spaghetti and meatballs, just with like a generic tomato sauce, but a bit of everything. So that's probably my second. If I move beyond that, I would have to say my third. It's really close. I like ethnic food a bit, so probably I would say it's tough. I like Thai, but Thai in general, I'm very limited. Like I'm a big fan of the yellow curry. I like masaman, for example, or what's the other one? Yeah, or red curry. I mean, those are probably what I tend to stick to. I mean, there are other things too, like satay, for example, which I like as well. But I'm pretty limited. Like I have certain things that I really like in Thai, whereas like in Indian, I like just about everything. Like saag, for example, just thinking of something. Obviously, I like chicken tikka masala. Like the kormas are pretty good as well. I love naan. So, I mean, I love all this stuff, but of course, can't eat that stuff every day, because I think it was Kramnik who said once that like he really loves Indian food, but anytime he eats Indian food, he gains 2 kilos. So obviously you have to control yourself. Anyway, I heard the board start, so I'm playing against Real Boy now. So I see Laynard00 donated $10. Thank you, Laynard. I appreciate the donation. Okay, this game I'm gonna play a French this game. So knight d2, I'll play knight f6. Knight d7. f6, I mean, it's going to be pretty standard. Knight f4, I thought knight f4 here was considered dubious. Maybe I'm wrong? Did I confuse the lines? Let me think about this for a second. Okay, queen e7. Queen f7, so we're going to exchange queens here. Okay, so he takes on f6 first. So if I take on h5, he wants to take on g7. I can take with the pawn, but that's not quite right. So I'm just going to play knight f6. He's going to take on f7. Exchange the queens, knight f3, bishop d6. Pretty standard position. He has knight g5 here, but I just go king e7. So let's see. He castles. I'm going to play rook e8. e1. I could play bishop d7. Or king g8 even. Maybe even just e5 here just to simplify. You know what? I think I am just going to play e5 and just simplify it right away. Again, it's going to be hard to win this because the position's very simplified, but again, when you're black, you're not always going to get what you want. It's hard to force it sometimes. So take, but of course, an equal position is also completely fine. It's just generally there are certain sort of positions like this where it's going to be hard to win. Although I think I'm going to get some chances, hopefully. So bishop d5. I can play bishop d7, but I think I'm just going to play rook e7, sidestep the bishop. Knight d3. I think I'll play bishop d6. Bishop f4. Now I could take. I'm wondering if there's some way not to take though, but no, I don't really see it. I'm gonna have to exchange. So I'm gonna take and play like maybe g5, bishop f5, something like that. But he takes. I think this was slightly wrong because now I'm gonna get my king to d6, which is probably where I want my king actually. Now bishop f5. I mean, I think I want my king here on d6 because it's closer to my pawn. Bishop d3. Now I can take. I don't really want to, but hard to do anything. So yeah, I've got to just take, and probably unfortunately this is going to be a draw as well, but I'm definitely not going to take a draw. Not in a team situation for sure. If this was just a normal blitz game, there's a reasonable chance that I would consider it. Not that I necessarily would do it, but that it would be a real consideration. So let's see. So rook e2. So if I play knight d7, f3, knight c5, I mean, it's going to be hard to do anything here, but I feel like I really need to try. Since I do have this center pawn, I mean, I do have this pawn in the center. It should count for something. c2. Oh, if I go b6, he has if I go b6, he has b4. I actually overlooked that. That's pretty bad. So okay, so he wants to play this endgame. Now this is interesting because I do have my king here on d4. So let's see. So yeah, I mean, I don't really see how I can do anything though, so I'm just going to offer a draw. Because he can just kind of wait here, so probably neither of us can do anything, I think, but he might try to play on. I don't know. When I went knight c5, I was going to go b6. I just forgot that he had b4 there. That was just a terrible oversight on my part. So, what to do? But he's obviously thinking about it, so I mean, I assume he's going to play on now. Or not. Okay, so he just takes a draw. Fair enough. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do something here. I mean, it's like... The problem here is white can create a passed pawn with this 3 versus 2 majority if I try to like run my king over to c4, b4, b3. somehow, like, I can try a5, a4, a3 type things, but it doesn't really work. Like, for example, I don't know, maybe I can make moves, but like, yeah, actually, if he goes king d2, like, if I just, even if we reach something like this, for example, just as an example, or b6, like, even something like this, I mean, even something like this is probably not winning, because now he's f4, and if I go king c2, he goes king e3, and then once we come back, like, if I go d4, then he goes king d1, and g4, g5, f5, it's very, very fast, so it's kind of hard to do anything here. But yeah, that's not ideal, but okay, that's life. So anyway, yeah. So okay, so 3 draws. We've played what, 7 rounds, I guess. Actually, I'm starting to lose track now. It's like, I think we've played 7 rounds, but yeah. So all right. So back to some questions. Okay, Alan and Chess says, "Yo, Hikaru, ever been to the Mechanics Institute in SF? Any plans to hit it?" Yeah, actually, I have been to the Mechanics. I played a tournament there in 2004, I think it was. It was a long time ago. I played a Grandmaster Norm tournament there. So I have played at the Mechanics before. That was a long time ago, but it was a good tournament. I did quite well. I think I came up a little bit short of a Norm, I think, but I enjoyed it there, and I think I was there a couple of years ago as well one time, but just in general, but just in general, I mean, I love San Francisco, so I haven't been there. I haven't been there much lately, but I mean, San Francisco itself, I'm a huge fan of. So probably next time I go out, if there's an opportunity to go to the Mechanics, I will. So Sparkly Marky says, "Do you listen to music while playing?" It depends. Sometimes I do. Right now, I'm not going to, just because I think if because normally I put on music, it's not going to be a playlist like in iTunes or anything. It's probably going to be YouTube. So that's going to slow down the stream and all that other good stuff. But it really depends. In general, I do listen to music. Usually not with headphones. Usually I just play the music on my computer. But in general, I tend to prefer playing with music than without. Garud Bask writes, "How do your fantastic chess abilities transpose in everyday life?" I mean, that's interesting question. I think there are some things that do and some things that don't. So, I'll get into that another time. But there are some things that I think do translate directly. There are a lot of things that don't. Someone else writes, "Did you paint ex-convict 15? I hope you're not really an ex-convict. But anyway, if you he asked if I painted the wall behind me. No, I did not paint the wall behind me. It was like that when I bought this house. I might change the color sometime, but painting takes a lot of time, and generally when I'm around, at least here in Florida, I don't tend to have a lot of time to do that. So So generally, generally, I mean, that would be a real project for painting. I mean, I'd have to dedicate like a couple of days at least, probably closer to a week. And in general, I don't tend to have a lot of time, so that's not something that I would do. So, one second. So yeah. Anyway, okay. So back to the games. I guess that game was a pretty quick draw, so probably there are going to be a bunch of games still going right now. So let's just see. So I see after the last one we were tied for third with 15.5 out of 24. So the team is doing pretty well. I mean, I would have liked to have won this last game, but still I was black. It's not so easy. And life goes on, and of course there's still many more rounds. I think that's 8, right? Round 8. Round 8. I think I've drawn 3 and won 5. No, maybe not. If I had 5 out, no, I'd won 4, drawn 3. So I guess that's 7, something like that. Can't keep track anymore. It's been a lot of games now, so we'll see. Proxima says, how long have you been playing chess? I've been playing since I was 7, so 7's probably a bit old now for starting. I think most people should start when they're, not should start, but generally when they're a little bit younger. Anyway, I see round 8 has started, so, okay, this game I'm going to play something a little bit different. I'm playing Miroshnichenko here, so, okay, let's see what he wants to do. Play Nimzo, let's see. C5, okay, I'll play, which one do I want to do? I'll just play Knight G2 here. Play A3, probably he'll take. Although now that I mention this, if you play goes back, this is actually turning into a game I had at that event in San Francisco at the Mechanics, where I had this position with white against Walter Brown all those years ago. So it's actually something I'm a little bit familiar with. So A5. A5 looks wrong somehow. Knight A4, Knight C6, Knight B6. Yeah, I feel like A5 is not the move there. So let's see what he's going to do here. Plays Knight FD7. I'm going to play Knight C3. Just develop all my pieces. B4 was always there, but I didn't really like it, so now I'm going to play Bishop B5. Now if he plays B6, I always am going to have some C6 stuff, and he's going to have some issues. So he goes for it anyway. Wow, okay. That I was not expecting. Now I can play B4 if I really want to, which I might do. I'm not sure yet. Or I'll play C6, but I really want to play C6, but I don't actually see it working right off, so I'm just going to play B4 and ask him what he's really trying to accomplish here. So he can take on C5. I'll probably take with the B pawn. I can take with the D pawn also. They're both possible. It's a question of which one I like more. I'm gonna try to play more on the interesting side. Try to make it more imbalanced. So I'm gonna take with the D pawn. So here's Bishop F6, and I'm gonna go Rook A3, I think, or just Bishop D2. I'm not sure which one. Which one makes more sense? Or Bishop B2. I'm gonna play Rook A3, I think. I like Rook A3. So he goes Knight A6. Now I could take and play B5, can't I? B5. Just B5 takes, Knight B5, Queen A5, Knight C3. I'm just up a piece. I think. Now it's not to say that was the best move. Maybe Bishop D7, Knight B6 was actually better, but... Okay, so he takes. Now I should take with the knight. If I take with the rook, then okay. So now he wants to play Rook A6 because now after Rook A6 takes B5, he can takes and play Queen A5. So this is what he wants. But now I'm just going to castle, and once he takes on A3, if I get the bishop to A3, then it protects both these pawns, and I can just start marching the pawns right up the board. At the same time, I'm also now threatening to just take the rook on A6 and play B5. So if I take and play B5, he has Queen C5. So that's what he wants. So I can play Queen E2 maybe? Yes, I like Queen E2. So he plays Queen A7. So if I take B5 again, I'm going to hang C5. So I could take and play Queen A2, Rook A8 is always there. Or I can just play Queen A2. Yeah, Queen A2 looks pretty simple. Takes Bishop A3 and then B5 again, B5, B6, all the same ideas. I could have played Queen A3, but I like the bishop here more on A3 just because it's a great diagonal here. And also, the more pieces I can keep on the board, the stronger I think these two pawns are going to be. So knight e5, b5 is here. Is there some reason why b5 is not good? You go knight b5, knight, or just b5, knight c4, rook a1, queen a5, queen b3. Yeah, I don't see it. Why not? And after knight c4, I can also play bishop b4, maybe. So there are a lot of dangerous ideas here for white, I think. So plays knight c4, so I can play bishop b4 and c6. I mean, this is the question. Do I want to go bishop b4 or not? Bishop b4 takes, e5, c6, rook e8, knight c3, bishop e6, rook a1. Rook a1, queen a5, queen b3, bishop d, rook e8, c6. I think rook a1 is the right move to play here, so I'm going to play rook a1. So now it's pretty... Okay, so queen a5 is what I expect. Now I'm going to go queen b3. And he still has problems developing this bishop. He can't push e5 because then he hangs this d-pawn. So, I mean, he really needs this diagonal for this light square bishop. And, okay, plays knight d2. Now I can play queen b4. Yeah, I think queen b4 is the right move. So offer the exchange of the queens. He probably has to take. Goes d4, which I kind of expect. Now I could play... No, c6 is a bad move. Knight e2, knight b3, rook b1, d3, knight c3. Gets out of it. So I'm just going to play knight d1 here. Now he's going to have to put the knight on c4, e4. I mean, if he doesn't go to c4, though, he's probably just lost, because then both pawns just run right up the board. But if he goes to c4, I can also just play rook c1 and force the knight off of that square. And so he actually just resigns, because I think he realized that it's probably just losing. So anyway, that's a good win. So now, yeah, now that's 8 rounds. So still, I mean, we're barely even halfway through. So a long way to go. Long way to go. Anyway, getting back to the questions. Anything else? Udai444 writes, Hikaru, why does Chess.com rating matter so much? It doesn't actually matter that much. I'm not sure why Udai seems to think it does. In general, I mean, it's nice, obviously, to have a really high rating, but in reality, it doesn't make much of a difference. In other news, Yusevich writes, have you ever been to Ireland? Yes, I've been to Dublin only one time, but I really liked it when I was there. It was a short visit. It was 2 days, but just going to the heart of Dublin, the center, is really, really nice, really happening town. Obviously, with the tax laws, it's become a bit of a haven, a place for a lot of foreign investment. So it's definitely a place that has become very, 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 very nice city, and a place that I hope to get back to again soon, because I really enjoyed being in Dublin for those few days. So, okay, so still obviously a bunch of games going. Someone wants to know when my next turn is. My next event, okay, so obviously I'm playing this event today. If we qualify, which hopefully we do, I'll be playing in this a few more times. But my next event, okay, I'll be playing Fabiano in the not or sorry, in the Blitz battle event on November 2nd, I believe it is. It's 2nd or the 4th. I'm not 100% sure. And then after that, I'll be going to Palma, Mallorca to play in the FIDE Grand Prix event from November 14th to 25th. And then after that, I'll go to London for the London Chess Classic to finish off the year. So, all right, let's see. Okay, so 20 and a half out of 32. So I assume that means we had another very good round. The team did at least. So doing pretty well so far. Pretty good. I mean, I assume at some point I'm gonna have to play play Panda. I mean, whatever his name is. Someone could just tell me. Chess Panda. That's what it is. Chess Panda. I assume at some point I'm gonna end up playing against him, but it's weird because I've already played 2 Chinese. So if I play a third one, they must all be doing pretty well, which means probably it's going to be very hard to get to first. But second and third should still be there. In regards to a few of the other questions, I'm not going to be answering questions about the president. I feel like politics, at least for the moment, I don't feel like discussing politics on this stream right now. So I'll be willing to talk about in regards to specific issues at another time, but right now I'm not going to be talking about that at all. So ICDR Fun writes, why are you playing on Seattle's team? I'm playing on Seattle's team because I played for the Sluggers in the former U.S. Chess League, which has now become the Pro Chess League a few years back. I also lived in Seattle for a brief period in 2010, or 2009, sorry. So I'm very familiar with Seattle. I was out there a couple of months ago as well, and I just felt like playing for them again. And I'm trying to help them re-qualify. Obviously, they're one of those teams that they haven't had a lot of luck in the league, so I figured it made sense to come back and play for them again and try to help them out as best I can. But of course, we need to qualify today first before anything else really matters. Fairly Sure writes, have you ever tried learning Go? Yes, I do. I have played Go actually a fair amount, but I wouldn't say I'm any good at it. So here's the big match everyone wants to see. So I'm playing Chess Panda 1, 2, 3. I guess I have more points than him now somehow. So he plays D4. I'm obviously this game. I'm going to be extremely solid against him. I think I've gotten black. Have I gotten black against all 3 Chinese players or only 2? I think no, actually I got white against the first guy, so it's just the last 2 I think who I've gotten black against. So we're playing a very topical line. I've actually had this against him before. So this is following my game against Sargsyan from the Isle of Man tournament. So rook c1, e6. This is all pretty normal so far. E5, interesting. Okay, so E5. I'm gonna play bishop A3. Queen E2. Now, how to take advantage of this white square, or dark square weakness, I should say. I'm not sure there is a way to take advantage, so I'm just gonna retreat my bishop back to F8. Plays H4. Let's play like G6. It's going to go H5, obviously. Go rook C5. So he plays bishop d2, which I kind of expected. If I play queen c7, he's going to play f4 undoubtedly. But then let's see. Play like queen d7 here. You can play f5, but I'm just going to take the pawn. Plays bishop b4. I'll play rook c8. King takes. I could have taken with the rook, but I want the rook on the c file. It is an open file, and I don't feel like white has any serious attack coming here. Although here maybe he can actually take on g6. Okay, he doesn't take. He plays rook d2. Now if I take on h5, he plays bishop h7, I presume. So let's see. So if I play bishop h5, what is his idea if I just play bishop h5? Just play bishop f1? No, he wants to go f5. Okay, but now I think I have some chances here to create something. So let's see. Maybe I should have played it the other order, actually. Because now he has bishop f1, maybe? Okay, or king f2 now. Now let's see, okay. Now queen a5, queen h6. g5, queen g5, queen e5. Yeah, I don't see it. So let's see. So g5. And queen h2, I've got queen a5, actually. So this is very imbalanced. And actually, for that reason, I'm a little bit surprised he went for this, because I feel like in this sort of position, like the two weaker guys on his team have actually, they've actually drawn me. So for the team, from the team standpoint, if he draws me too, it's quite good as well. Because I will have played 3 of their four players, and the bottom 2 have drawn. But he obviously wants to play aggressively and he's trying to beat me. But I'm not sure that this is actually good for white. In fact, I'm very skeptical that this is okay. So he goes queen g3. So now I can play. There are many possibilities. I think I'm just going to play h6, protect the pawn here on g5. Actually, I could have gone queen a5 to force queen g5 and then gone queen e5 to get a transposition. So h6 was actually a bad move. But h6 does protect the pawn here, so I mean white does have to come up with something right away here. So he plays b4, so he wants to take away c5. And he prevents me from doing anything. So I can play f6 here. I can play rook d1. Not that I like either move particularly. I think I'm just going to play a5 and say, what are you doing? Although if I play a5, then he goes queen h2. So that's actually, queen h2 is a real threat here. So maybe here I will start to play something. I will play something else. So if I play f6, he's just going to take. If I play like bishop d1, that looks very weird, but it might work. I don't see a reason why it isn't playable, so I'm going to go for it. I mean, it looks like a very weird move, it just looks very weird, but it doesn't look like it's terrible. So he goes f6. So he still has no actual threat, though. So now I'm going to play 8, or wait, no, I can't play h5. What am I doing? Yikes, 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 yikes. If I go bishop a4, he's queen h2, so I've got to be very careful here with how I play this. So I think I'm just going to start sidestepping. I'm just going to run my king, start running my king over if I can. So bishop f5, logical move. I'm going to go bishop a4. Queen a3. Oh, shoot. Does that... Oh, yikes. If I take... Is queen a4... Ah! Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Did I just blunder that? Wow, that was just terrible. Just blunder that completely. Yeah, that was completely winning for me. Wow, that was terrible. Wow. Even at the end, queen c4 was probably okay. Queen c4. Yeah, even at the end, queen c4, bishop b3, queen c3. No, but I mean, really, the problem was I played h6. After queen g3, queen a5 was just completely winning, because after queen a5, he had to take, and then I get queen g5, queen e5. And the point being that, like, when I played g5, if he takes on g5, I go queen e5, and it's the position I wanted. And after queen g... Or actually, maybe queen g3, queen a5, he has b4? Maybe. Yeah, somehow it wasn't so simple. But okay, if I go back to the game... let's see. Okay, so if I go back to the game, b4, bishop d1 feels wrong. Yeah, maybe not bishop a4 here. Somewhere like right here, like queen b5 or queen... It's a tough position to play. I mean, I'm sure black is probably winning here, but it's a lot... It's kind of messy. It's not simple to play. And yeah, after bishop a4, queen a3. Queen c6. Queen c6 doesn't work because then he goes b5 and he's threatening checkmate on e7, I think. And queen c5, queen a4, d3, king f3, rook f1, king g3, queen e5, king g4, rook f1. Very, very messy. Not clear. b6, king f8. Yeah, this is just all very messy. Very, very messy. But basically, I mean, it's somehow it feels like, yeah, right around here, maybe here instead of bishop d1. But I mean, he is threatening queen h2. That is a real threat here. But maybe here just f6, for example, is possible. Many possibilities. But again, it's a long event. Things are going to happen. So it's not, yeah. And yes, actually, yeah, like rook c2 is not possible at the end. I mean, both ideas don't work. Rook c2 doesn't work. There's bishop c2, and rook f1 doesn't work. As takes bishop b5, bishop d3, and yeah, that's just maybe. But okay, so instead of bishop a4, actually, like even here, maybe because white does not have. Problem is it's hard because you feel like white's always threatening e6 or something, but white actually has no threats here, and I feel like even here maybe something like king d8 or I don't know, like it's just a tough position to play in, and it's objectively it's easier to play for white than black if both players have no time. So there are, unfortunate, but still a long way to go. Bishop a4, queen a3. Yeah, there's probably nothing. I mean, there's just nothing after bishop a4. It's just a bad move. Though, I mean, still, I should have played queen c4. Queen c4 to force bishop d3 at least. Yeah, but it's okay. It's all losing, you guys. So, okay. Yeah, that was pretty bad. But anyway, not a big deal. Still 6 rounds to go. If this was later in the event, probably I I would have avoided something quite this dangerous. Like even here, for example, after queen f2. Yeah, but also actually a big mistake here was that I didn't throw in the check first. Like after f5, I should have checked first, because then he has to go to h2, and then after I go queen d5, it's a much better version. Like queen f4, g5, for example, queen g3, h6, and it's much different. The king on h2 and this pawn always being check. White's just much worse. Probably just lost actually. So that was pretty bad. I mean, I just played it in the wrong order when I in the game. So it's very unfortunate, but what to do? What to do? And so this, what's that? Was that round 9 or 8 or 10? So which one was that? I think that was round 9, maybe? I think it was round... maybe I'm getting confused. But yeah, at any rate, it's been a lot of games. So, okay, next game. So, okay, round 10. In this game, I'm going to be fast. Just avoid any time pressure. That's also important as well, just to be very quick in general. Probably knight a5 or bishop e7. It's a strange move. Okay, knight c4. Some kind of theory that I'm unaware of. So takes. I'll take f3. Houdini donated $5. Thank you, Houdini, for the donation. I appreciate it. Now, if he takes knight e4, queen g4, knight f6. Queen g4, knight f6, queen f3 is interesting. But I think here I'm just going to play simple chess. Just develop, keep the game flowing. Be fast, more importantly. So bishop f6, okay. So he wants to exchange the bishops. I'll just castle. I'll let him exchange the bishops. d6. Now here, if I take, he'll take with the knight, I assume. Queen f6 allows knight e5. I'm going to play d3 and e4 next if I can. Bishop e6. Play knight e3. Knight g4. Okay, that's a solid move. Queen d2. Takes. So I'm white slightly better here. Good knight, bad bishop. Black is a slightly worse pawn structure, but by no means is black in like serious trouble. It's just going to be a long position where white tries to grind. Bishop f7. So I'm going to play rook e1. Maybe I'll play g4. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just play queen g3 and try to put a rook on g3. Or sorry, queen g3 and put a knight on f5, something like that. Or put a piece on g3 and put a knight on f5. Queen d7, play rook e3, d7. I'm going to play knight h4. If g5, I can retreat my queen or play rook g3. Plays rook e5. Now I'm going to play rook g3 because now I'm threatening to take on f6. And now I've also got knight f5 as well. So king h8. Now, really want to play knight f5, but then he goes bishop g6, and I'm kind of out of moves again, like to start all over again. So I'm going to play knight f3, just force the rook off of this nice e5 square, and try to play maybe queen h4. Yeah, I think play queen h4, so that now when I move my knight away, I don't know if I'll go h2, g4, or some other concept, but both these pawns are extremely weak, and black can never go bishop g6, because then I'll take, because I've got the pin on his king on h8 here. So rook a8. Now here, how to remaneuver the knight is really the question. So I think I'm going to play knight. I want to go knight h2, but then he has bishop e6. Play like, maybe I'll just play knight d2. Because now I protect e4 in case he plays d5. So he plays d5, but now I have rook f6, don't I, or not? Rook f6, d e4, knight e4, rook f6, d e4, knight e4, queen d4, rook f2. Rook f6, d e4, knight e4, rook e4, d e4, queen d4, rook f2. Takes e4, queen e4. Okay, what am I missing? What am I missing? Bum, bum, bum. Takes knight, bishop d5? No, I don't see it. I don't see it, so hopefully I'm not hanging everything here. Hopefully. That's also the drawback, is again, like, if this game was not the last game, for example, if you don't lose a game, it's much easier to just play a move like that right away, but after you lose a game, you're like, oh my god, am I missing something, am I forgetting something? All these kind of bad thoughts enter your mind. So rook h6, bishop g8. So I can take or not take. I can probably just play knight f3, knight g5, maybe? Maybe. Probably not. So here I should probably just play something safe and stable, so I'm just going to play rook f2. Because now my rook protects d3 as well. So it goes c3. I could play knight f3. Knight f3 takes knight g5. Knight f1 was also... No, knight f1 just hung e4. That wasn't possible. Bad move. So now he'll probably take, and I'm going to go knight g5. Bishop g6. I'm going to play queen f4, I think. Threaten checkmate on f8. And he can't play h6 here because queen f8 is checkmate. So it was queen d... Wait, wow, I was just about to blunder mate in one. So okay, so king h2. So it goes king g8. I take with the pawn or the knight. Probably I should take with the knight, though. If I take the knight, I'll have rook f7, though. I've got to be very, very careful again. If I move my rook to like e2, h6 takes. Very, very tricky. Very, very, very tricky position to play. And again, I'm getting too low on time, so probably just going to have to stop talking to you guys for a bit. Rook f7, I've got queen c1. And now I'm going to reach an endgame, so I should win this one. And now it's too many pawns. It's just, I'm going to be up 2 pawns here, so it should just be winning. Still a draw or not? I'm not sure. I don't think this is a draw, but I could be wrong. Okay, now it's just winning, so I've got a6, a7. So, whew, that was also really, really tough. That must have been easier than what I did, though, somehow. Like, right around here, okay, if I go back, so it takes... Okay, if we go to this position... Yeah, g5 was wrong. What I should have done here is I should have played rook b6, king g7, rook a6. Then rook c3, yeah, rook c3, then I can play rook e6, and with the pawn on g4, it's very easily winning. Because now I can go rook e4, king e5, and just run my king all the way over. Because what I did in the game, I think it was actually maybe a draw. If I go back to right around here. Yeah, right around here, I think rook f4 was a draw. Maybe. Because if I go a5, then he has rook f5, and it's the Vancouver position. That's Vancura. You can look it up on Wikipedia. I think rook f4 is a draw here. But anyway, okay, next game. So now I'm playing Illingsworth, round 11. Okay, what do I want to play? Okay, this time I'll get back to playing unusual stuff, because I feel like I probably should have been doing this earlier against the weaker guys, and then I stopped doing it, so... Takes, probably castles or knight c3. c4, knight c3, both are possible. c4, okay. b7. Castles. Knight bd7. 2. I'll play rook e8 just to make sure there are no d5 ideas. I could play knight h5. I actually like knight h5. Why not? 3. Okay, reasonable move. Play bishop d6. Idea of knight f4. I'm worried about c5 maybe, so I'll just bring my knight back to f6. Should be 1. Play bishop f8. Again, opening up this e line for my rook. Knight e5. Now I have to be a little bit careful. So now I'm going to play queen c8 maybe, or maybe g6 looks wrong. So I'm going to play queen c8. Basically, I also might want to play for c5 here as well, depending on the situation. But probably putting my bishop on f8 was wrong. I should have left my bishop on e7 and had my knight on f8, something like that. What's going on here? Something happened? Oh, did I lose my connection, or was that Chess.com? I don't know what that was. Who? Okay, that was really weird. I don't know if that was me or Chess.com. Anyway, the queen doesn't belong on c2 here. It belongs somewhere on this e2, h5 diagonal. So white's, of course, doing completely fine here, but this probably was not the ideal way to play it. So I'm going to play a6, stop knight b5, maybe play for c5. Rook e3. I could play knight h5, c5 also. I think I'll go for it. I'm just going to play c5 and basically ask him what he's doing. Because he's got this bishop on b1 on this long diagonal where I've got all these good pawns. So I don't know what he's trying to do. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, at least the time is still good, even though I see I lost a bunch of time, but such is life. So, okay, so takes, I can take with the pawn or the knight, both are possible. Knight takes looks right, objectively. I'll take with the knight. I don't see a good reason not to take with the knight. I mean, he's got this bishop and this queen, these two pieces. And now b4 was aggressive, but with these loose pawns here on b4 and c4, it's not so trivial. So he plays knight e4, I'll take. He's going to play queen e4, play rook a7, protect the knight, activate the rook potentially, go to d7. Play bishop d6. I think I'll play a5. Try to weaken this. Just basically get it so he has less pawns here on the queen side. Try and reduce it. Also, I open up the a file for the rook as well now, so I have rook a1 if I want it, or bishop f8 maybe. I'm just going to play bishop f8, I think. But rook a1, bishop c2. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play. What am I going to play? I'm going to play bishop f8. Try to exchange bishops because he's got the 2-on-1 here, so I feel like these pawns should be a little bit weak. So rook d3, rook a1. If he takes, I'll take with the knight. But my king feels very safe here too. That's another. Okay, so queen d4, bishop g7. Now he's gonna have to move his queen somewhere off of a d4. Position still is pretty balanced. Maybe white is slightly better, but it looks quite reasonable here. So he goes queen h4. Knight e5 takes rook d8, and I'm just in trouble, right? Rook d8, rook d8, king g7. Okay, why not? Let's see. Actually, takes rook d8, I can play queen d8, and then it's just winning. So I think knight e5 is a good move. So he takes. Now I'm out of danger. Whether I can win... Oh, and he fell... Oh, wait, but if I play queen d8, he has queen d8 still. Rook b1, rook e8. So I can... Maybe I take and play king g7. So if I take... I mean, if we get to the 2 versus 1, queen d8 takes, king g7, rook b1, rook a4. Okay, but it's a safer option, and this is a team match, so even if this is probably objectively a draw, I should make the best moves if I have the chance. Takes. G7, he's going to go rook d1, rook a4, probably c5. I mean, c5 should... I mean, it's going to turn into a 4 versus 3. b5, bishop d3 doesn't look right, so I'm just going to have to... I'm going to have to play 4 versus 3 and try to trick him, because this is technically a draw. Bishop d3, bishop d4. It's getting close. Now I'm gonna tickle him so he has to go rook d1 again. And okay, he finds it, so now I'm gonna play f5, e5, and now I think white's in real trouble because e4, e3 is very, very dangerous, and f2 is extremely weak here. So plays bishop c4, so I'm gonna play e4 now. Again, threatening e3 if I need it. So he goes g4 now. Is f4 the move or not? f4, bishop d5, f3, king g3, bishop e5, king h4, This is really weird. Okay, let's see. So e3 is always here. f4 is still here. f4, f3, king g3. Okay, let's see it. Okay, because I think I'm checkmating him here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, if I check, he's got g5. If I play rook b5, takes. Okay, let's see, bishop f4. g5. Now, if I play... How do I do this? If I take, he's got that. If I play here... Yeah, now it's I think bishop h2, bishop g4, rook f4. And now he's zugzwanged, because if he takes, I take, and so he's just zugzwanged. Because he can only move his rook, and if he moves the rook, I promote. And then if he moves the rook, promote, takes, and his bishop can move. So he's just completely lost. And now the bishop is free to move because I removed the rook from f4. So yeah, that was a good win. Good win. Good way to kind of bounce back. Two straight wins after that terrible loss. So basically, the point is that after I played this rook b4, like this whole concept here with bishop f4 is that if he doesn't play g5, if he plays the very obvious looking bishop takes e4, then I play g5, king h5, rook b6, and it's rook h6 checkmate. And so here, maybe he could play rook a1 and somehow try to survive, but it's really hard to believe. And then, like when he played when he didn't play bishop b4, sorry, when he played g5, then rook b4. The point is that if he plays like rook a1 here, then I can just play e3 leads to the same position, but I can even just play like bishop c7. And now I'm just threatening e3 checkmate because the king is stuck here on h4 and he has no squares to go to. Like for example, rook a7, just e3 is checkmate. Well, he can block with the bishop, but bishop e4, rook e4 is mate because the bishop covers g3. And so it basically was this really weird like mating that box here after rook b4. And I think what he did was close to the only try. I mean, king g4 is possible as well, but I think maybe king g4 is okay. King g4, then I have to move the bishop. I'm not sure which square I go. Maybe h2. No, that's too extravagant. Probably just bishop c7. But then rook e1. Maybe white's actually okay here if he plays king g4 instead of what he did. Maybe he's okay, but very tricky endgame at any rate. So, okay, so I think that's, what is that? Is that 10th? That's round 10, right? Or no, is that round 11? Round 11, I guess. So still 4 more games to go. So 4 more to go. Chess Lexus donated $25. Good luck. Thank you, Chess Lexus, for the donation. Glad you're enjoying the stream. So, okay, round 12 starting now. Let's see. So I'm playing Penguin now. So, playing Penguin, so I'm going to play something slightly different. I'm just going to... So I'll play c4. This is actually, I had this position colors reversed against Dennis Wagner in the Isle of Man a couple weeks ago, so... I also played this as white against Mickey Adams in the first FIDE Grand Prix back in February, I think it was, or March. So pretty familiar with this setup. So e6, castle, knight d7, I'll take. He takes d3, h3, just get the tempo, force the bishop back. Knight c3, e4. And he plays castles, that's interesting. I'm going to go queen c2. p8, knight h4. Takes. I think this is all still standard theory. So queen b6, now that's a strange move. Play bishop e3. Because now on bishop c5, I'm going to have like knight a4. So it goes queen a6. Interesting. I'm just going to play f4 anyway. Because now I've got g4 threats also. Like g4, f5. There's some tricky threats now. So it's not so simple to play for black. And I also have e5, not to be forgotten. So I've got many different ways of playing here with the pawns. So bishop e7, okay. So obviously I play g4, he plans to sack, or maybe not, probably he does. e5, knight d5, so I'm just going to play rook e1, protect the bishop on e3, maybe play for e5, maybe not. But his pieces are very badly placed here. Like the bishop on h5 is terrible. His knights aren't really active the way he would like them to be, so this looks pretty good so far. And the fact that he's using so much time, I think, also says a lot. So if I play g4 here, what's he going for? He made me curious. I've got to do it. I've got to see what he has here. So he takes with the knight. Interesting. Now I'm going to play h6, try to weaken his king side here. d4, knight e2. So he takes. Take on g7. Knight f6, just knight g3, protect e4, maybe go to f5, maybe play e5. Basically, black has a ton of problems here. Ton of problems. So queen e6, so he wants to go to like g4, I guess. So I think, what is the best way to play this? I'm up a lot of time on the clock, so I probably should use some here. Like e5, knight g4. 5 knight g4, like knight e4 or something. This looks extremely good. But I'm going to play something simple. I'm just going to play very technical here with bishop f3 and queen h3, queen g2. Just very solid, very technical. Because I do have two bishops as well. Like, if I didn't have the two bishops, it would be one thing. But with the two bishops, this position is extremely good for white. So rook d3. So now I could play knight f5 maybe. But why worry? Why bother? I could take a7. There are a lot of possibilities. But I'm just going to go king f2, I think. King f2, hold the bishop, and now my rook is free to go to like a1, c1, g1. Rook b3. Play bishop d4, I think. Hit the knight, and now I'm going to have mating threats with knight f5 coming as well. e6, e5, knight f5. I'm just going to go knight f5. I'm going to go all in here, try to just checkmate him. I half expect him to resign here, but probably he won't. So c5, play bishop e5. Looks correct. If he takes, I'll just take. And with the knight on f5 and the pawn on g7, even though he's got these pawns here on the queen side, it's very hard to create anything. So he goes rook d3 correctly. Could play knight h6, knight g4. I mean, I think rook g1 is also a move, rook c1. Just about everything is a possibility here, so it's just more a matter of not making a blunder. I think I'll go rook a1. a6, okay. Let's see, so I have rook g1, I could take, I mean, all kinds of possibilities here. Anything but bishop e2. Bishop e2 would be a very, very bad move. Knight h6 is what I want to do, but I'm just going to play king e2. And now, Now I'm just going to take the simple route to victory. Because now with my king on e2, he has no rook d2, so he's going to have to play rook e5. And then after knight e5, I mean, even though he's got 2 pawns here, my king, if I never lose the b2 pawn, then black's just cooked. And this is not going to get it done either. So okay, so that's good. So another win. That's 12 in the book, so 3 to go. So, okay, so this is good. So let's see. So I assume we must be doing pretty decently. I mean, I really wish I had that one back against Panda. I mean, considering that I was winning that game, it's really, really painful to have lost that. But still, there are 4 of us, so hopefully that game isn't going to cost us a spot, because that would be really tragic. So, okay, so 3 more to go. I mean, 3 more to go. So, okay, so, all right, so that's 12 in the books, I think, right? That was round 12. I think it was. I'm not sure, but at any rate, we're finally getting near the end. So hopefully, I mean, I haven't heard what the standings are in a little bit. But we should be close. Should be close. Should be pretty close. So, checking back in on the chat, John HS9 says we're in 2nd place, so that's pretty good. I assume we're behind the Chinese since I lost that game. But we'll see at any rate. So I guess if it's 15 rounds, so 15 times 4, so it's 60 games. So yeah, so we've played 12 rounds. So 3 more to go. 3 more good games. So yeah, so basically I see people in the chat saying, yeah, so that one game that I lost is the reason we're not in first, but it happens. So Alan and Chess writes, glad to know you're using Hangouts, Hikaru. Yeah, actually I do have Google, I have Gmail open in the background, just getting the updates from the team manager, what the scores are. So yeah, so anyway though, we're in the hunt. That's a good thing. So long way to go. There's still 3 rounds to go. 3 more chances to redeem myself for that idiotic loss. But overall, I feel like I started playing better. The last like 5-6 games have been much more in the rhythm than the first. The first 3 or 4 were really quite bad. It's only in the last like 5 or 6 that I've started getting in the rhythm. And Klaukomator writes, two games ago, when you lost, you missed a winning move in the spot, rook h6. I don't know what that's referring to. I'm a little bit confused. I don't think I ever had a rook that could go to h6. unless I'm crazy. But anyway, so yeah, so we have what? So three more to go. Three more to go. And yes, I see some people are saying that about the flag. I briefly popped it up. You're right. Actually, it's weird. The U.S. flag does look weird, but anyway. Anyway, three more to go. Three more to go. So. Well, ChessBeast51 says, you're crazy if you remember that you never had to move rook h6. Well, I mean, I do remember my rook was never on c6, I think, at all. So I never really had the chance to go to h6. But yeah, anyway, no big deal. No big deal. Okay, so round 13. So, okay, so Guseynov, so the guy, so Gudira played against Magnus in the Speed Blitz Challenge, so okay, this time I am going to play solid. At this point in the match, I feel like it's paramount also to not do anything stupid, especially as we wind towards the end. Better not to go insane and try to risk go for a win or a loss or this. But okay, apparently he wants a draw, so I mean, this just leads to forced draw, I think. So, yeah. Wow, that was exciting. Super exciting. Yeah, there's like no way I can play on here. Not in this situation, so yeah, such is life. Bishop e7, bishop f4. No, there's no need to be stupid. It's a team event. Can't throw away anything. So yeah. All right, you guys. I'm gonna run to the restroom again, and I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, you guys. Yeah, so what to do? What to do? I mean, I really would have liked to play on, but I mean, the position is such that I couldn't really do anything. Now, what I don't know is were they in like third place or something or not? That's what I don't know, because that's the only reason I could see him not. That's the only reason I could see them not him taking the quick draw. Yeah, ex-convict writes, he's not drinking anything, why bathroom breaks so often? I think I've gone to the restroom twice in the 3 hours that this event has been going, so I don't think that's too bad, actually. So anyway, so that was round 13, I believe. So basically my attitude is something like, if there's something like in round 15, for example, where I'm black and I absolutely have to try and win, then I definitely will take much more risks. But yeah, you know, in general, it doesn't feel like the right thing to do. So, okay, so let's got two rounds to go. Hangado says, it sounds like you're planning to end the stream soon. I don't like that. Not necessarily. I think it's just that I'm streaming this event right now. So yeah, like, I mean, I might keep playing a little after, but it's really hard when you play a super long event. Like, if it was just standard like 8 or 9 games, then it wouldn't be such a big deal. Excuse me. But with it being 15 games, like, the stress level gets up there a little bit more. So yeah, and it's like Chess.com saying there's a one point between the top 3 teams. So basically, I just have to keep playing well. And again, that's the thing. Like, you know, if there's only 1 point between the top 3 teams, and you know, I decide I'm gonna play on against Gusanov, for example, and I lose that game, then right there I hurt the team tremendously. So that's why it's kind of important to just be smart at this point. So, all right, so what's coming up? It's round 14 next, I think. So, 2 more to go, 2 more. So I assume this is going to be the big break. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Whoops, did I... Wait, what? Sorry about that. You guys, looks like I got logged out for a second there. Sorry about that. Am I back? Yeah, okay, I'm back. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so I accidentally clicked the link that Chess.com posted about the standings or something. So anyway. Darn Fanfare writes, how many rating points does your playing strength decrease due to live commentating? I don't know. I think it varies. I mean, I think like in this event, at least like one of the 2 draws early on probably would not have been a draw if I wasn't streaming. I think for sure I would not have lost that game to Chess Panics. I would have been a little bit quicker in terms of moving as well. Like, you know, it's not just commentating, but it's also like when you get lower on time, it's that also plays a big role as well. So I think it's a bit of everything. So, okay, so 2 more rounds to go. I mean, probably I can tell by just where Chess Panda is rating-wise if I see him. But actually, I don't see him on here somehow, so it's hard for me to tell where they all are. So, okay, so he's at 28-32. I feel like he was around there when I played him, so probably he's drawn some games as well. And Ali C writes, at GM Hikaru, have you ever visited Ireland? I actually answered this once before, or earlier on the feed. Yeah, I mean, I did actually. I've been to Ireland. I've been to Dublin, so it's a little bit that I've seen of Ireland is great. So, okay. So two more games. Two more games. I'm guessing the games are. I don't know when my game finished. Actually, it must finish at least like 6 or 7 minutes ago now. So, game should be winding down. That's actually the hardest thing or one of the things that I dislike the most about these events is like when you have a quick game, you end up like sitting around for 5 to 10 minutes. So, so yeah. So it's okay. So it's still. So I mean, I can't seem to see the games. Really wish I could just see the games from the tournament. But actually, maybe I can. Actually, now that I look, maybe. Actually, it looks like I can't. I kind of can see. But there's still some games going at least. Someone, okay, right, yeah, Crybaby Monkey says there was a game on Drake and Kramnik where White played Queen E3 and it ended up winning. Why doesn't White try that more? Well, White doesn't try that more because it still is a draw. Kramnik chose to try and play on, which is the reason that first of all, Black and Forth's a draw, but I think even the way that Kramnik played probably was okay before he blundered, so that's why people don't play it. And so, Mate3 says, are you going to do live streams in later stages of the tournament too? Yeah, I mean, I'll consider doing it. I feel like the only issue with that is that since they're slower games, first of all, someone could potentially listen into what I'm saying. And then secondly, someone could also like suggest moves in chat, which of course it would be quite illegal. So I'm not sure if I can do it or not. If I can, then I definitely would. I mean, for sure. That's definitely my attitude. But again, I'm not sure since the games are going to be slower. So, alright, so where are we? Still some games going, it looks like. Couple, maybe. Not many. Chessbay94 writes, Hikaru, how sad are you about the Yankees? I'm not that sad. I mean, I think the reason that it's disappointing is because kind of if they had lost in Game 4 like they were supposed to the Astros, they would not have even gotten to Game 7. But once they won Game 4 and then they had that great win in Game 5 as well, it was hard not to get swept up by it all and get really into it. And then to like see the Yankees go super quiet, their bats just like kind of died in Game 6 and 7. It's just disappointing. But anyway, I guess, okay, so, oh wait, my game actually started. Sorry, I actually wasn't paying attention. Sorry, you guys, I didn't notice that. Okay. So this is looking similar to the last game that I had against Penguin, that is. Yeah. Probably bishop d6, or okay, he's gonna go bishop c5, so he's gonna do the other one. So it's gonna be probably very similar to my game against Penguin. Although here the bishop's on a better square on c5 than on d6. So rook e8, knight h4. Knight e5. Okay, interesting. So now I have knight a4. which I think is a good move. Bishop d4, king h1. King h2 might allow knight g4, so I just want to avoid any tricks. b5, play knight c3. Queen b6, interesting, okay. Now I can play f4 if I want to. f4, g4, all moves are in play here. Knight f5. Bishop f3, let's see. Bishop g5 maybe. In case you guys are wondering why I've gone quiet, I've gone a little bit quiet because the last round did not go very well for us. I'm not sure if we're actually still in second place or where we are, but we'll see. It takes, now I'll take on f6. If I took on c3, I would hang the e4 pawn, so I had to take on f6. I think bishop takes c3 was a bad move, though. And he has bishop b2, and then I don't know if I'm going to take on g7, or I'm just going to take the bishop and leave him with these double f pawns. But I suspect that he overlooked bishop takes f6. Okay, so he plays gf. So now I can take bishop f3 or play queen c3. Both look very interesting. I think I'm just going to take c3. And here, this should be very, very good for white. Got f4 coming. Black has these terrible double f pawns, and I've got this great knight here on f5, which is just crushing. It's an extremely good piece. So rook e6. I'll play rook d1. Take the d. Try to take the d file now. Maybe he'll play knight g6. I'm not sure what he's trying to play for. It was king h8. Okay, so king h8. I think I'm just going to play b3, prophylactic. G8. I'm just going to double the rooks on the d file now. Takes. Probably he'll take with the knight, I would assume. Maybe rook d1. Rook e5. Interesting. Okay, rook e5. Now if I take, he'll take with the f pawn. I don't have to take. I can also just play like queen f3, which I think is what I'm going to do. Queen e6, that's a good move. I think I've rook d7 here. Yeah. This should just be completely winning. So rook e8. I think queen g4 probably. And now rook g8. Oh, whoa, rook f5? I'll just play queen f5. And yeah, I'm just up in exchange here, and black's pawns are terrible, so I would expect him to resign. I guess he's not going to. D2. So if I go King F1, Rook B2, F4, this looks good. He's Knight F3, trying to force something. Takes King G6, G4. G4, Knight H2. And I've got checkmate here with Rook G7 and Rook H7, so. Yep, okay, so that's another win. So one more to go, one more. So, okay, so it's round 14, so one more game to go. So let's keep it rolling, keep it rolling. So one more game, and hopefully we qualify. So Kitty Hiss writes, Eric is hoping you are tired when you get to him. Is Eric even online? I don't actually see Eric online. Is he online? I don't actually see him online. Yeah, I don't see Eric online right now, so. Chess Bay writes, he's in this chat. Yeah, I mean he's hiding in the chat. Not surprising. So what exactly happened, since I see a bunch of people are mentioning this Eric match against Magnus, I mean, I know they played. I didn't actually see any of the games. I mean, I've heard about it, but I didn't see anything, so who knows. So, okay, so that's round 14, so I mean, we should be somewhere. We have to be doing reasonably well. Should be somewhere near the top. Maybe third, or I mean, yeah, I guess the real question is how far ahead of we are we of fourth place? That's really the only question. So Eric won 5 games. So Magnus beat him 29-5. So that's like. So what is that? That's 5 times. So that's 6-1. That's like 6-1. Yeah, 6-1 though. Actually, 6-1 is not. Yeah, for actually 6-1 probably is about. That's probably about what I'm going to score too. I think 6-1 is about right. But in terms of rating, I think the thing is, isn't Magnus's rating inactive? So probably if he plays, he probably gains a lot of points. So that's probably the other thing. So I'm not sure, but that's what I think at least. So, all right. So are we really 3.5 ahead of fourth? That's the big question. So people are saying that, but I'm not sure. So let's see. So there's my alert. Okay, so last round, you guys. Okay, simple to best. What I don't know is how far ahead of fourth we are, so that makes it tricky, but I'm going to trust you guys in the chat saying that we're 3.5, so I'm going to play solid this game since you said we're 3.5 ahead. So somehow we're not 3.5 ahead, you guys. I'm going to hold everyone directly responsible. So pretty dry opening so far. Let's see. So Queen E2, Queen E7. Queen E6 was also playable. Doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it's very equal position. Again, I'm trusting you guys in the chat saying we're 3.5 ahead of fourth place. So if we aren't, then I'm gonna have someone to get angry at later. But I'm gonna trust that you guys know what you're talking about. I'll take, I'm going to castle. Now, king takes probably was a bad move, because now I think he's going to get into trouble. So if he goes king e2, bishop c5, I'm going to get rook h e8. Goes king c3, this looks, maybe white's okay, maybe. I have my doubts, but somehow maybe white is okay. Yeah, unfortunately white maybe is okay here, despite his king being like terribly placed. I'm gonna try to make it messy now. Try to create something here, even though there really probably is nothing. So we'll see what he wants to do. Bishop e5, bishop e3. Probably takes, king b3. Okay, so he plays rook e1. But now I think I can play rook d8. Because now if he takes, I take, and then I'm going to get rook d2. And if he doesn't, I'm threatening to take and go rook d2 anyway. Or takes rook c5, rook d2. Same thing, basically. So rook e2. Okay, but now I can take and play rook c5 check. And now I'm going to go rook d2. Assuming he goes king b3, that would be very embarrassing to like automatically play rook d2. He slips king b4, you automatically go rook d2 and just lose the game. That would be very embarrassing. So he has rook e1 maybe, but then I can take with the c rook, check king c7, check king b6, and I think I'm probably just winning. So he goes c4. Okay, so c4. I should obviously take. But then takes rook d1. So he's trying to be tricky here. Or I can play b5. b5 also looks interesting. I think I like b5 more, actually. b5, rook e8. Okay, so what else can he do? He can play rook c1, but then I'll take on c4, probably with the rook. If he takes, I just play rook b5 and then rook b2. Plays king c3, I go rook g2. Rook c3 doesn't make sense since his rook's already on this open e file, so I'm not sure what he's going to do here. So he goes rook e1. Okay, so now rook e1. I could play rook c4. I could also play b takes. No, b takes looks stupid though. Rook g2, rook e8 is just nothing. So I think I will go rook takes c4. Because now I'm also threatening a rook d3 mate at some point too. It's also important to note that if my king gets out to like b6, it's going to be very safe here. Now white has these two rooks, but the king protected by these three pawns is extremely safe. And now I'm threatening rook d3 checkmate as well. So king c5. Play a5. I could have played f6 too. Maybe f6 was better. He had the amazing rook takes b5 there. Yeah, I should have played f6 instead of a5 probably, but anyway. Now he's threatening rook d8 check, so I have to be precise. I'm going to play rook c2. Is there a checkmate? There is no checkmate, but it still looks like the best move. g5, but now this is just losing, because now white's rook is passive, having to defend from that side, and my rook's active. It's basically hitting all his pawns in all the wrong spots. So h6, kick the rook back. Now I'm just going to play a4, so I lock these pawns now. And now this is a permanent weakness, so b3. I can play rook a2 also. Rook a2 actually looks like the correct move, because king b4. Okay, rook e4. Now I can go king. I'll go king f6, because now g2 is hanging also. b4, rook b2. Now I can just exchange, and it's a losing king and pawn endgame after c5. Because now my king can just come right in. 4 takes. And king b5, I can also just go king d4 too. So king b5, king d4. So, okay, so that's a good way to finish. Yeah, I mean, I mean, really, what did I score? 12 out of 15, so I said I want to score 13. So basically, yeah, like if I win that one game against Chess Panda instead of losing that, you know, I would have gotten the score that I was basically hoping for. So not terrible overall. Hopefully we qualified. I mean, I guess that's the main thing. So I'm just going to keep the stream going at least until I know for sure that we've qualified. So yeah, I mean, I guess let's just I'll hang out here, see what's happening. See if we qualified or not. That's really, I mean, the only question. So I was told that we're 2 points ahead going into the final round, not 3.5. So okay, so anyway, yeah, I'm also saying, so it says we're at 33.5, the Pandas were at 35. So again, that one game basically flips it. That one loss, that game against Yang Yi that I should have won basically flips everything. But as long as we qualify, it's not a big deal really. But if we don't qualify, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. Let me put it that way. So, okay, so I don't know. I mean, I guess there's still some games going. Not sure. I mean, what's going on? So I mean, I'll just hang out here in the chat with you guys until I hear back on GChat in regards to what's going on. But yeah, I mean, played pretty well today. Pretty well at the end. The last 6, 7, 8 games. I mean, once I really found the rhythm, I played quite well. I mean, okay, I lost a game that I should have won against Yang Yi, but otherwise, I mean, I really found the rhythm. The first games were not good, but everything else was good. Shatan writes, how did you lose to Tarlev? I didn't lose that game. I won that endgame against Tarlev. The only game I lost was to Yang Yi, Chess Panda. So yeah, so it's pretty good. Pretty good overall. Could have been better, could have been much worse. So, well, we'll see. So Darm Fanfare says currently you're 3.5 ahead of fourth place. So that basically means fourth has to win. Fourth has to win, or fourth place has to win all their games. So I assume that most likely that has not happened. But yeah, I mean we'll see. Yeah, I mean there was double edge at the end, but basically if I had played the right order, if I played Rook D1 check or Rook C1 check, sorry, when he had to go King H2 instead of one move later, I think it was probably winning for me. So it's disappointing, obviously, but again, if we qualify, that's really all that matters. I mean, I don't mind anything else really if we qualify, but we'll see. We'll see. So still waiting to hear on what the deal is with if we qualified or not. But we'll see. We'll see. I assume pretty soon. But assuming we qualify, then yeah, I'll definitely be playing for the Seattle team in at least a few games. Probably the minimum, because I think the matches are going to be probably during the next 2 months mainly. So it's going to be very hard, obviously, playing in the Grand Prix and London. I mean, during the Grand Prix, maybe I'll play anyway, since objectively in the Grand Prix there's I don't have a chance to qualify. So we'll see, but there's still hopefully there's a lot more chess left for me this year in the Pro Chess League. So Darn Fanfare says now you're only 3 points ahead. So 3 points ahead would mean that one of the 4 won, I assume. One of the 4 won, and maybe we lost a game. But if they can win all 4, then good for them. I mean, I think realistically it's pretty unlikely. Oh, never mind. Actually, Greg Shahadi writes matches don't begin until January 17th. So, okay, so I actually was completely unaware of that. Move by move writes, so you're out of candidates for sure. I mean, I won't say that I am for sure. I mean, nothing is certain, but I think most likely I won't be in it. That's what I would say. Gordon Manley writes, what is your opinion on the economic deficiencies seen in the rural Chesapeake Bay colonies of the late 17th century? I don't understand the question. Is the question are we talking about the southern states, like Virginia and West Virginia? Or I'm slightly confused. But anyway. I think the bottom line is there are a lot of issues in the world today, and I think the economic inequality is growing. So I think there are a lot of issues. Again, I can answer these questions much more in depth, but I'll save them for another time. I'm a little bit tired, and getting into some long discussion on economics or even finance right now is not probably not the best idea. So okay, so let's see. So I got that message. Okay, got 1.5 in that round. Should be enough to get in. So wait, that means we only scored 1.5 out of 4. So wow, 1.5 out of 4. But I guess we're in second. So I guess that means that both teams, both Seattle and then the third team, we both were pretty bad in the last round. So yeah. Anyway, it looks like we qualified though. So yeah, so that's good. So I guess we qualified. So then I'll be playing in January. So it's good. Got the job done. I mean, of course, personally, I really wanted that one extra win that I should have had. But again, it's a team thing, and really just qualifying is really the only goal, because I mean, it's not like in a say we were already in and you play a bad game, you lose a match. I mean, you're gonna have more chances. But here, if you don't qualify, you're not gonna have another chance. So yeah. All right, you guys. So I think on that note, then I'm gonna end the stream for now. So I will be back. I don't know when I'll be back. I'll probably be on tomorrow since I haven't watched much football this year, and tomorrow is Sunday, so, and the Titans don't play tomorrow, so I think probably I'll be on tomorrow, so most likely I'll be streaming tomorrow. So until then, you guys, have a good evening or a good morning wherever in the world you are, and until next time, good night, everybody.